All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome in. We're going to do a second watch party today. um, yeah, I decided, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to double header it tonight with the IndyCar race, which was absolutely fantastic. And now we're going to do it with the Coda Cup Series race, mostly because I want to see this highly anticipated start by young superstar phenom Connor Zilisch, who, to be honest, is my favorite race car driver in the world right now, and I want to see him kick ass today. He won the Xfinity race yesterday. It was a banger. This track is a little bit of a banger. I'm just excited to do this. Tom should be here in a little bit. He had some things he had to do, but he did assure me he will be back. So be patient with me for now. All right, I'm gonna create another poll like I did for the IndyCar race. So I'm gonna let you guys vote. Let's put in. Let's see, good picks for this race. Let's go. Obviously, Shane Van Gisbergen. We'll do Tyler Reddick, your pole sitter. We're gonna do Chase Elliott, and let's do Chris. Let's do William Byron, pole sitter, or your winner from last year. All right, let you guys' votes be casted. Who's gonna win this race? I'm gonna unmute. I got the timing and scoring, but only was able to fit the top.
And that's going to affect the strategy of a lot of things that they do today, knowing that.
That's unfortunate. So top
tire,
9.
That's what I was talking about. Softer tire. That's going to change the pace, and it's got all these teams for a frenzy. They're throwing them all over the place.
Well, let's talk fall off. Are you worried about how quickly the lap times will increase as the tires wear?
95 lap race, short course. If you guys watched the Xfinity Series race yesterday, what an absolute freaking banger of a race that was. Hopefully today's race is just as good, if not
pretty warm outside, and
that's my hope.
That's a great thing.
We're gonna find out.
All right, drivers at the ready, strapped in, window.
We're getting ready to
up,
do drivers
gloves going
start
on,
your engine.
and we are getting ready to get going here for, well, the longest race we've had here in Austin in our 5th trip to Circuit of the Americas on the new, shorter, most of the national course here. Let's go trackside.
All right, let's get it. Let's get these cars rolling.
Give a big NASCAR welcome to Jack Quaid. He stars in the upcoming action thriller Novocaine, but today he's here to fire engines for the EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix. Now it's time for those
It's
most
Grand Prix,
famous
not Grand
words in motorsports and action. Drivers, start your engines!
All right, we're fired up.
Ready to race in Austin, Texas. Road racing.
All right, no more commercial before we go green here. Wendy's commercials, always great. Let me know down in the chat who you guys think is going to win if the poll isn't accurate. For your pick, at least. I got Connor Zilisch today, man. OC Zil. It's gonna be a fun race. I'm excited, guys. That's the most excited I've been for a NASCAR race in a while. I'm gonna see old Zilisch kick some ass today, boys. I'm telling you. Doo-doo. Get these commercials in so we can at least roll a little bit. Yeah, that looks like fun, dude. They got a little bit of amusement park. I saw the roller coaster ripping around yesterday. I was like, damn, that'd be fun. One 134 feet of elevation. I don't know. I wish we still raced the full course, but the short course ain't too bad. These guys are gonna be digging today, boys. Section 3. You mean Sector 3, Boyer. Get technical with it, bud. Hey, it's C. Zilly. Well, they had to use the runoff there to do that. Oh, let me unmute race volume. You guys can listen.
Gotcha, guys.
Man, what a wonderful day yesterday for 2311. You and your teammate on the front row. This is a good racetrack for you. Changed a little bit, right? Shorter racetrack, softer tires. What's your challenges today? How do you keep these boys behind you?
Yeah, I think you hit it. It's different Goodyear tire. Obviously, we got a little bit of an understanding of it yesterday, but seeing how it really plays out past 10 laps on tires, I think those that hang on the best will be the cars that stay up front all day. So we're gonna get a feel for it here to start.
Well, man, it says beast on your helmet. That's certainly what you are. Good luck out there. Keep it up.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the race.
All right, let's have a look at the EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix starting grid. Tyler Reddick and his teammate at 2311, a pair of Toyotas on the front row. That's Bubba Wallace. Row number 2, Chase Elliott. 7 road course wins, including the first one here. And Carson Hocevar, the star of Atlanta last week. Everybody's talking about him.
Row number 3, Daniel Suarez. Couple Trackhouse cars right on his outside. Shane Van Gisbergen.
Well, let's dial him up, Clint. Hey, Shane, Kevin up in the Fox booth. Man, it's been fun.
Stage one's gonna be nutty.
Through the last couple years. Now that you've got a permanent home with Trackhouse, what do you think we're in for today, buddy?
Hey, afternoon, mate. Yeah, all good here. Feeling pretty comfortable. I got a great team. around me, the 88 crew, and WeatherTech tomorrow has been really strong. But yeah, feeling comfortable. Just keep the car straight the first few laps, see where we're at, and try and progress to the front there.
Hell
What are you
yeah.
expecting that
Shane
tire
Van
wear to be
Glizzy.
like today?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know if anyone else does either, and if they tell you they do, they're probably lying.
There's like 4 guys I want to win today. Connor Zilisch, Alex Bowman, Shane Van Glizzy, and Hossein Carson.
All right, man. Good luck.
That's the best answer I've heard all yet. All right, row number 4. These guys know how to get around a road course. 6 times he's won on road courses. Number 5, Kyle Larson on his outside. Number 11, Kyle Busch.
Row 5, we've got Ross Chastain, who's had a ton of success here, and Todd Gilliland, who could surprise some people today. Row 6, we've got Denny Hamlin and A.J. Allmendinger, who has been lights out on the road courses.
Row number 7, Ty Gibbs in a Toyota, and 18-year-old Connor Zilisch.
Connor
making
Zilisch.
his Cup debut.
See Zilly.
Regan Smith.
Like, it's been a long time since we've had a driver enter the Cup Series with as much hype as Connor Zilisch is doing today at 18 years old, but that hype is much deserved. His initial Truck Series start at COTA 1 year ago, sat on the pole, nearly won the race. His Xfinity debut at Watkins Glen last year, sat on the pole, won the race. Xfinity race yesterday, there's a theme here, sat on the pole and won the race again. He is young, he is fast, he's aggressive, and he is mature beyond his years. The job today for the team, help him learn this car and this tire, put him in position at the end of the race so he can go do what he knows how to do.
Well, since it's his Cup debut, a little early to put him on our list of road course ringers. But the drivers who excel on these type of circuits, well, there are the 3 who only ones who finished in the top 10 in every race here. William Byron, 70 laps led here. Chris Buescher leads all drivers in the next-gen car here for average finish. Kyle Larson's led 2 of the last 4 on road courses. A.J. Allmendinger with 3 career wins, and you know Shane Van Gisbergen's stats as we welcome Caitlin Vinci.
Thank you, Michael. We were just talking about William Byron. Had a chance to talk with his crew chief, Rudy Fugel, earlier today. He told me practice didn't go as well as he had hoped, but then when they went to qualifying, didn't exactly put down the best lap either, which is why they're starting a little bit deeper in the field. That team qualified 15th for the race today. But he said William has emerged as one of the best road course racers in this Cup Series garage, and he just attributes that to all the growth and maturing he has had as a competitor over the years. Of course, Rudy has been with him since his Truck Series days, but William Byron won this race a year ago and looking to replicate that today. Josh Sims?
Well, Ross Chastain is one of those 3 drivers that's finished top 10 in every single race here in Austin.
That's enough build-up. Let's go green already, guys. Come on.
The team earlier today.
Let's drop the hammer.
To that success, they told me all those races played out very differently, but Ross has a knack for getting around this place and putting himself in contention, and the team at the same time has found
Zilly starts in
up
14th.
with the track. Now he's got the track position to begin.
How long is it
going
gonna take him to get to the
race?
front?
So look for him to be a factor like he's been in the past as he looks for win number 2 here in Austin.
Thanks, Josh. Busch Light's giving you a chance to win $1,000. Follow at Busch Beer on X and enter using hashtag Busch all for one. Hashtag sweepstakes during every lap that ends in a 1 for your chance to win.
All right, come on.
With our crew chief, Larry McReynolds.
Mike, this road course is 2.4 miles with 17 turns. Every turn is different, and it can be a challenge to get your race car to handle good through all those turns. Over the course of a run, about all the driver can do is adjust his driving style. But let's go to our Toyota Tech car, and let's show you one other thing this driver can adjust. It's called the brake bias. The car actually has 2 brake systems, a front and a rear. There's the knob that's normally located on the dash. He can adjust the front and rear bias.
Oh, like
now let's go down to the master cylinders that's in the floorboard. Again, you've got a front, you've got a rear. If the car is loose getting in the corner on the braking, he can start cranking some front brake into it. Just crank as much as you need. Now, if the car won't turn or is tight getting in the corner, he'll start to crank some rear brake into it. My experience says you want to really crank some rear brake into it to make that car turn into braking. Guys, this is something they'll be adjusting on all day long, and they're going to wear the paint off that knob.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's especially with a softer tire, hot conditions on this racing surface, that means they're going to wear out even more, trying to keep that temperature out of these tires, right? And all that comes through the braking. Have to be able to make a good balance on
lights are off on the pace vehicle? Am I seeing that right?
And aren't some of these drivers adjusting the bias more than once a lap.
Yeah, and they are, and they'll use them. There's so many different styles of corners on this racetrack that you have to almost adjust the brake knobs on every lap to make yourself be in a good position to not slide the tire and maximize the braking potential of the car.
Beautiful day for a race. Track temp, 102 degrees.
102 degree track temp. Damn.
Is the length of the race today. There are the stage lengths.
This might be
And
a
the
freaking
fuel
awesome
window.
race.
Let's get the keys to the race, sponsored by Toyota, from Larry.
Well, Mike, Kevin touched on it. Make it through turn 1 on restarts. You can't win this race in the first 50 or 60 laps. Get in trouble up there, you can flat lose it.
Who's
Make
having
that
issues
final
here?
Pit stop at the right time. That could absolutely be critical. And I should have had them put it, and they did, in all capital letters. You talked about it, Mike. Beware of track limits. It will kill your day.
Absolutely. That stop and go penalty will be key. There's the pace car for today. The Toyota GR Supra leads the field here in Austin. And here is some radio traffic from Connor Zilisch and team.
Heck yeah. See Zilly.
Prep work for you, done a great job. Remember, this is going to be the first of many. So if you're having a little fun, get this thing up front.
Yeah, thank you, Darian. Everyone on the 87 team, I know you guys don't do this all the time, but appreciate you coming out here with me, and just got to execute all day, and we'll be good.
Heck
For
yeah.
Connor
See
Zilisch,
Zilly.
Chief Darian Grubb, who's been to victory lane in the Daytona 500 and many of these Cup races.
You see Bubba Wallace on that outside front row. Man, great opportunity to kind of right the ship here for him. This has not been a good racetrack for him.
So in the post-qualifying interview yesterday,
Oh, yeah. Zane had to go to the rear. That's
they worked together. Our front
all right, here we
cars
go.
ready to
Green
go
flag.
past each other. Who's going to lift first going into turn number 1?
all right. Turn 1, the action corner.
Automotive Grand Prix gets the green flag.
Whoa. Oh, Kosovar. Almost wrecked Bubba. 3 wide behind.
4 wide. Okay, 5 wide.
Oh, 5 wide funnel into 1. And Elliot's around.
Driving up the inside, that was Ross Chastain, and he-
Chastain just killed Elliott.
Good grief.
It'll be like middle there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. You have to protect yourself in turn 1, and Ross Chastain just went for a dive bomb move right there and just wiped out
Chastain just sent it.
It's not very.
And everybody's
not a very
missing the
smart move
freaking
there. He won't be happy.
S's.
Chase Elliott will not be happy with that and shouldn't be.
Well, very similar to the start of the IndyCar race at St. Pete with a crash on the first lap, but these cars are so durable. They may not even need a pit stop.
Oh, no, Zilisch.
Pace there, or off track, is it?
Yeah, and as we go back and see that, I'm sure that there was some sort of contact with all that action and 5 wide there in the first corner. But that's what happens here. That corner is super inviting. Let's see what happens.
Oh, no. What happened to Connor Zilisch?
Inside, and he was actually crossed over too and just kept going. Couldn't get stopped. Run right into the left rear of the 9 car and spun him out. I mean, it's as simple as that. You called it, Kevin. I mean, that's Calamity Corner. Has been forever and certainly was. Look, you can see him all the way back there.
Yeah, and that's
Chase Elliott had no clue.
Everybody's just an idiot, man. The Cup guys are stupid,
yeah,
dude.
You just put yourself in a position to end your day right there.
The right front is down on Connor Zilisch.
Damn it, dude.
From contact and Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, and I think Denny Hamlin's car, I mean, the fender is missing, but it doesn't look like he has the issue that Zilisch has with the tire being down. So
Well, did they get into one another? The left side of Zilisch's car was marked up as well.
Boy, in turn 1, that's going to be Calamity Corner all day. 2 wide, 3 wide into there.
This track has already proven to be that. We're not
This
even
is just
lap
a
in.
shit show.
Cars wrecked, people mad.
SVG up to
And
3rd.
Wallace did exactly what he said. He eased it up to turn 1, up the hill for Tyler Reddick to lead with his teammate Wallace 2nd and Van Gisbergen in 3rd.
yeah, and as we see Connor Zilisch pit right here to get that tire replaced, you know, Bubba had to make a pretty aggressive move because Hocevar actually tried to go on the right side.
Whoa, Bubba with a big lockup.
Under braking there. Back of the car start to slide around.
Damn it, dude. Zilisch didn't even get a freaking chance, bro. Come on.
Right here early.
Screw NASCAR, dude.
Absolutely.
These stupid retards have to drive into turn 1 like a bunch of dumbasses, dude, and they take out Zilisch.
Racetrack for him. He's learning a lot. That outside front row starting
So
position
bullshit,
was a long
man.
way.
Nobody has any
Think about it.
freaking
He's
idea
only
how to
finished one
drive,
race
dude.
here, and that was 15th. This could be a huge.
That just
turnaround for him.
irritates me, man. I was looking forward to seeing Zilisch, man.
What happens after we get from lap 8, 9, and 10 with the fall off? As you see the 99 car of Daniel Suarez right there sideways. You do not want to slide the back of these cars. The rear tires are going to be your friend today. To keep those rear tires on the car, and sliding the car around like that is definitely not what you want to do.
Larson with a look inside of Suarez, and he's going to have room there, but can't quite make the move. Let's see up at the end of the long front straightaway, at the top of that hill, if he has a shot. Hocevar right behind Larson. And no move. Draws right to the bumper of the 99, but Larson could not get by. Behind them, McDowell passes Byron. Michael McDowell, veteran road racer, moving himself up a spot.
I found what happened. It was part of what happened at the top of the hill with Chase Elliott. Was the aftermath of Denny Hamlin and everybody back there in the back. Zilisch. That's what happened to those guys.
And speaking of Chase Elliott, well, we listened in.
Jamming it in there in the first corner. No, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just stupidity. But, you know, we're going to have to pay it back because I'm over people like that constantly doing dumb shit. So when we get a chance to send them, we're sending that one car.
Oh, somebody went off track.
I'll do what I need to do, but I just need to make sure I wasn't in the wrong before I do it.
You weren't.
Yeah, and you know,
yeah, you were. You're Chase Elliott. You were definitely in the
leader
wrong.
right here. And we saw this yesterday during qualifying. I mean, Bubba Wallace, we felt like he was better through the S's and through certain sections of the racetrack. And right now, we're seeing his car right on the back bumper of Tyler Reddick's.
He's certainly learned what he needed to learn off of him.
Whoa, Bubba is out of control.
2 laps in a row that he's gotten into turn 19 right there in the back of that car under braking, just almost lock the back tires up and slide the back car around as he goes over those curbs.
I think he needs to continue to learn from Tyler Reddick. I think Reddick is saving his stuff, knows that the long run's coming. Take care of these tires. They're softer. You can push it hard now, but you're going to pay the price later.
Front four very close together. Reddick, Wallace, Van Gisbergen, and Kyle Busch. 2 Toyotas, 2 Chevrolets. The first Ford is Ryan. Oh, trouble front straightaway. Car on the wall.
Oh my God. Ty Dillon.
Ty Dillon had contact with another car and gets it rolling.
Caution is not out.
No, there should be a caution. There should be no cautions, dude. It's a road
still
course.
Green.
Good, keep rolling, keep going.
That happened back at 30th position.
Whoa, Kyle Busch off the grass! Oh my God! He's a rebel!
We're talking Austin Cindric, who had a very difficult qualifying session and started the race in back. He and Ty Dillon got together on the front straightaway just before start-finish, but we stay green.
See a lot of smoke out of the right front car. That splitter shoved back into the right front tire.
Oh, that car's ruined. Oh yeah, Cindric and Dillon. Cindric just hooked him.
Now.
Yep, just hooked him.
Oh! What looks to be Zane Smith right there.
Zane Smith, a bystander.
As he sent him into the wall. Now, that's the chance that you take when you shove somebody off the racetrack like that and make them mad. The instant retaliation is probably coming.
Now, Smith had to start the race in the rear for unapproved adjustments after qualifying and got caught up in that, but continues.
Speaking of coming, Kevin, it's SVG. You see Ty Dillon having trouble still, but SVG is running these leaders down, those 223.11 cars. Well, 88 coming.
I think that he's as good as anybody in this field as far as pacing himself and putting himself in a position to
Shane
take
Van Glizzy
tires. And as we go through the day, I think that's going to be a story. These guys are going to learn what the pace of the race is going to be. And you see 23 really close to the inside of that curb right there.
Oh, Josh Berry's around turn 1. Or Gregson, excuse me.
Turn 1 again.
See,
dude, Bubba Wallace just eating up the grass. Everybody's eating up the grass there on the exit of 6B.
And Gisbergen having a hard look at Bubba Wallace for second place here. Gets to the inside, and not this time.
I think he's paying the price. I say Bubba Wallace. He was abusing those tires early on in that run. He went from right on the back bumper of his teammate to looking in the rearview mirror.
Well, Bubba.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yep, track limits at turn 5, so he is going to do
wow.
the outside of 13 and 14 and have that stop and go penalty off course and get going again.
Costly mistake. That's what we're talking about.
All right, Ty Dillon makes it around to pit road. Remember, it's 2.4 miles to get around this racetrack.
Well, Clint, this is one of those days where you just have to be patient with your car. We're seeing a lot of really impatient moves, a lot of mistakes early in this race, and I think those mistakes are probably going to increase as we see Bubba Wallace get that penalty through the S's, but we see guys spinning out, running into each other.
On the master
and
class
as the
that he always
tires
does it
wear
road
out, that's
courses.
going to get worse.
Here's your Toyota driver profile. Tyler Reddick, it's the first time he has led at COTA. He's in his 6th full-time Cup season, has 3 road course wins. Win 4 top 10s.
I tell you who else is fast today. Kyle Busch in the 8 car. He's running this group down quick. You can see him coming to the picture right there behind that
AFB
leaders.
Yeah, and I think the 23 is really holding that 88 up, but I would say that he's probably been told that he's going to have to make a stop through the Joker lane there.
And of course, Reddick has won here. What I meant was that these are the first laps that Reddick has led this season. All right, now Bubba Wallace has to pay the penalty this time. He goes off course at turn 13 into this penalty lane.
Go.
Makes the stop and goes. And I would guess that that is a much less severe penalty than if he had to come and do a drive all the way down pit road at pit road speed as you would on an oval for most penalties. It will, however, put him well back in the pack. Watching from A.J. Allmendinger there in the Celsius onboard cam. Well, Alex Bowman said he was starting 3,000th. Well, he's running 11th. He's one of the biggest movers. Also, Ryan Blaney, who has come from 25th up to 15th.
It's been a good race so far. I'm enjoying it. Hey, we got a side-by-side. Look at that. These guys are digging, man. This has been a fun race so far. I'm enjoying it. Sucks for Connor Zilisch, man. I wanted to see him actually have a good run today, and he just gets completely screwed. Still on the lead lap, though. I want to see SVG get the lead here. Come on. Come on with it. That timing scoring isn't updating. Let me pull that up, see if I can get to update. Here comes SVG. Us Fiji. Here comes Van Glizzy. Van Glizzy. Van Glizzy to the lead. KFB going for P2. Connor Zilisch with the second fastest lap so far. But he just got screwed, man. Didn't stand a chance. He got just absolutely screwed. Well, halfway to the stage. Yeah, very old school. He's using the clutch. Yeah. SVG shipped him with the clutch, dude. He's old school as hell. I love it. I'm gonna see people pit before the stage. Oh, let's go. Come on. Hey, SVG, 100% of the vote, huh? I like that. I like that. Leading right now. I wanted to see SVG, or not SVG, Connor Zilisch win, but he got screwed by a bunch of morons in the Cup Series. Because they let anybody with a fat paycheck race, or with a fat check race in this freaking series. They go money over talent all the time in this damn Cup Series. Head for the mountains of Bush Light Beer. Head for the mountains. I don't know why my live timing and scoring isn't staying alive. It's kind of annoying.
Seven laps to go in stage one. Tyler Reddick led the first 8 laps. Shane Van Gisbergen has been out front for the last 5, and we were allowed to sit in on their pre-race team meeting.
Solid weekend so far, fellas. We've been working on this for a month at the simulator. Not just our group, all 4 groups working together. And I think that proved out yesterday. Fast right off the truck. Race today, 95 laps, stages 20, 25, 50. There's going to be some mixed strategies. There's going to be some 2-stoppers, some 3-stoppers. We'll let you guys know as we get into stage 1 which one of those we're going to be. 5 sets of tires, including the ones we start on, should be plenty for what we're doing. Have some fun and bring the damn trophy back to Trackhouse. Bring it in.
1, 2, 3, 1.
Van Gisbergen and Kyle Busch have opened up a 3-second lead on the rest of the field. Those 2 Chevrolets at the front.
Yeah, and you see Steven right there. That's Shane's crew chief. He was my engineer for a number of years on the number 4 car. Great young talent. I think they do a great job with Shane trying to make sure that he's up to speed on everything that.
Yeah, that freaking corner cutting for Bubba really put him out of this race. Now he's back in 11th.
Biggest movers early in this race. 14 laps complete. Alex Bowman up into the top 9. Has gained 12 positions. Zane Smith started out back. He and Riley Herbst are +10. Nemechek and Byron each +9. Josh?
When I talked to crew chief Blake Harris of the 48 car, he said they were disappointed in the way they qualified, but they knew in race trim yesterday that this car was really good. So no surprise, they're one of the biggest movers of the day. This is the guy that's finished top 10 in every single one of the races here in Austin. He just came over the radio and said he is free in the high-speed areas. He is tight in the low-speed areas. Car not exactly where he wants it to be. Team said, we'll help you out during this next stop.
Well, he's moved up into the top 10. In fact, look at the top 9. 8 of them have something in common. They've all won on a road course in the Cup Series. Carson Hocevar, only driver in the top 9 who has not. 4th place at stake here.
Briscoe hasn't won on a road
about
course in the.
Those Hendrick cars, Clinton, how they go over the bumps. We really were impressed with the way that they could get through all the bumps and the way that their car looked. And you see Kyle Larson starting to creep towards the back bumper right now of Daniel Suarez.
Yeah, if you're looking for grip, look no further than what Hendrick is able to accomplish. All of those cars are fast. Obviously, Chase Elliott got turned around into the first of the race. You need to look and see, make sure that there's not a toe link bend or something like that. But all the Hendrick cars are fast. They're catching them. Bowman's up. Byron's up 9 positions. Bowman's up 12 positions. The 5 cars in your screen. Pretty fast out of the Hendrick camp. A lot of speed.
Well, we have the Hendrick dominance on the road courses, especially with this 7th generation car. 7 straight years with at least 1 road course win, a longer streak than any other organization. And the only one with multiple road course wins over the last 11 races, including 4 of the last 5. Kevin, one thing we saw in practice yesterday, those Hendrick cars seem to have a better ride quality than many of the cars that are really bouncing.
Elliott just buried in traffic. Hasn't made up much ground at all.
I think it can be a number of things. You know, it could be their spring package, could be their shock package. I mean, there's just so many things on these next gen cars that are different than the old cars. As we look at Chase Elliott right here after getting spun out early in the race, and he was so dominant in the Gen 6 car, and now, you know, we talk about him not having won a road course race in the Gen 7 car. So much of it is probably just like today, wrong place, wrong time. He's had the speed, he's had the results to go along with his talent on the road courses, but just hasn't been able to get to victory lane. But I think the Gen 7 car takes a completely different style of driving, shifting, braking, throttle usage, what it takes for the setup, and you know, I think that has really changed the complexion of who the players are on the road courses.
Larry, I got a question for you. 4 to go here. Obviously, you see cars on
Bowman's
pit
on
road.
pit
This is
road.
my question. How do you flip this stage? If they're going to pit here, and you got just was watching Chase Elliott lost all the track position.
McDowell's on pit road.
What can they do different?
Buscher's on pit road. Herbst, Keselowski.
This will give them an additional lap on those fresher tires, and they should be able to make up some ground. Really, about the only one that can come with 2 to go is maybe the top 3.
Oh, Buscher stalled it.
They're going to have to come the next lap if indeed they're going to pit before this pit road closes.
Looked like Chris Buscher stalled it, trying to exit his pit.
Yeah, and when you're in a position like Buscher and Keselowski and even Alex Bowman right there, you're trying to play the cards to leapfrog some of these guys and gain a second and a half a lap, 2 seconds on those new tires in a short amount of time. So the things that you can't do are make the mistakes like stalling it out of the pit stall, stalling it or going too fast on pit road. You do not want to make a penalty in those types of situations, because that'll override everything that you just tried to do from a strategy standpoint.
Suarez
Kyle
on
Larson did get
Larson.
past Daniel Suarez for 4th place, but can't shake him.
Daniel Suarez is a great, I mean, this track is good for him, and he's doing a great job. Qualified good, keeping this car up front. All the fenders are on it, doing everything you need to do.
Well, and we've seen all the Trackhouse cars. As you see, both of those.
All right, here it is.
Oh, Michael
Larson
McDowell,
and
his
Suarez.
crew was over the wall too soon. You're allowed to come across the wall when that car is 3 pits away, and they were over too soon. That'll be a pass-through penalty. That will be costly. And here's the 5 and 99, keeping close company together on pit road as well.
Yeah, well, we've got a parade of cars coming down.
There's a
pit
lot
road,
of cars
and
coming in pit
this
road
is the
now.
time.
Other
These
ones
are
really
narrow
out there.
pit
Still
boxes, got
Allmendinger,
short pit walls.
Busch,
These are the
Reddick,
times that you just cannot
Van
make mistakes
Van
on
Glizzy,
pit road.
Bubba Wallace.
As you see the right rear tire there on the 99 take a little bit longer than they probably wanted.
Brian Prix in. Ty Gibbs out. So the drivers who did not pit prior to the stage ending, Van Gisbergen, Busch, Reddick, Allmendinger, Wallace, Logano, and Elliott, who are now the top 7. Ricky Stenhouse has not been in. Austin Cindric has not been in. They're going to pit at the stage end.
Or are they, Larry?
No, they could pit.
Yeah, if you're like 9 or 10 seconds back, like Allmendinger on back, you can't get on the pit road before it gets closed. About the only ones that can get there this lap would be the leader, Van Gisbergen, Kyle Busch, and Tyler Reddick. Pit road's going to close, and that means now Allmendinger on back, you won't be able to hit pit road.
So here are the 2 leaders, as Larry points out. Once the leader takes 2 to go, the pits are closed. Are they coming?
Yep.
Yep.
One and one.
Van Glizzy
That
is.
was my point.
Van
No,
Glizzy,
they're
Busch,
both on
Reddick.
pit
all
road,
day.
guys.
There you go.
Both on pit road, but again, whoa, we got
Whoa.
Cody Ware around.
Arby's.
Top of the hill, I think.
He's got the meats.
Caitlin?
There's Kyle Busch, who's been running in the top 5 for most of the day. Not saying a whole lot on the radio, but he says, I am not good in corner 15 and still a bit tight for that 8 machine, guys. Regan?
Van Gisbergen in the 88 car, a little bit tight to the left-handers. Tight overall, but been very smooth sailing for him so far. And the 45 of Tyler Reddick running in 3rd place right now. He's been working on which gears he wants to run through turns 2 and 3. The team giving him a lot of details on what's better.
AFB and Shane Van Glizzy side by side going into turn 1.
Pit road, and that's going to hand the lead to Bubba Wallace, who's looking for stage points here, the 10 points that go with the stage win.
Yeah, and we saw SVG coming out of his pit stall there. He had a little stumble taking off, and that was all that was needed for Kyle Busch to exit the pits right on his rear bumper.
Now, Chase Elliott, as we mentioned, had climbed up into the top 7 because everyone else in front of him pitted.
Well, that just shows you the track position he lost at the first of the race when he got turned around. He stayed on the racetrack and barely just got caught up to him.
So now only 3 drivers that have not yet pitted among the top dozen: Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott.
Well, sometimes
Ricky Stenhouse and Austin Cindric have not been in.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you want to take the points, and when you feel like you're not in contention to win the race, you want to take all the points that you can get out of the day to try to minimize the loss of your finishing position. So I think that's what you're seeing. Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, all these guys are trying to just say, hey, we know that we're not in position to win the race right now, so we need to capitalize on all the stage points that we can to put ourselves in a position point-wise to have a good day regardless of what the finish says.
I like this race for the lead right here. Kyle Busch is not going away. He's going to put the pressure on SVG.
Oh, last lap of the stage.
I say the lead. I just told him myself, not the lead.
Well, that's okay. It's still top
Might
5,
be.
and it's still a lot of stage points.
After this stage, it probably will be.
Yep.
You see Kyle Busch shoot to the outside right there. SVG kind of threw a little bit of
KFB's
a
got a
there going
piece,
into
man.
Turn 1, trying to anticipate what he thought Kyle Busch was going to do. So turn 1 is so unique here. Going up that hill, it allows you to really be aggressive under those brake zones and do the things that it takes to, you know, take a chance getting in the corner.
He is flirting with that corner, and I don't know. Somebody needs to be warning him. If I was his crew chief, I would definitely be warning him that he's cutting it too close. That's the second or third time I've seen it.
So Logano 5.5 seconds back, in no position to challenge Wallace for the stage win, but from third on back, they're packed pretty closely together. Van Gisbergen, Busch, Elliott, then Reddick, Larson, Suarez, Byron, and Allmendinger in the point-paying positions. Final lap, stage 1. Wallace through 19 and into 20. And uncontested.
Well, Bubba's going to win stage 1.
Win here at COTA. First stage win for Bubba Wallace on a road course. Second place points to Joey Logano, Van Gisbergen, and Busch a car length apart for third and fourth. Chase Elliott fifth. The rest of the stage points going to Reddick, Larson, Suarez, Byron, and Allmendinger. Bubba Wallace, your stage 1 winner.
Struggling with the
Alrighty. Stage 1 is in the books. SVG, KFB look like they might have the best 2 cars, to be honest. Those cars are quick. I want to see Connor Zilisch get back in the mix, though, man. Such bullshit that he got taken out like that. Didn't even have a chance. We are Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports. Man. They said they shortened the course so we had less caution laps, I guess, or less time under caution. I hope that's true, because that would make me so mad that we took half the course away just to have the same problem we've always had as an excuse. Weather and local news. Ugh, Hangover City, Keystone Light.
Car heats up in thermal. The next stop on the road to the Indy 500. Sunday, March 23rd, 3 p.m. Eastern, live on Fox. Here in Austin, Bubba Wallace has won stage 1. And the highest point in Greater Austin, Texas is 230 feet above sea level. And that's where we'll find Chris and Jamie.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I hope that drone is one of ours, Jamie. But this is the highest point that you can watch a NASCAR race, so over 250 feet. So that's about 50 feet.
I'll show you the highest place to watch a NASCAR race. Go to Talladega.
You can see the entire track. It's over 50
Oh man,
here.
that's funny.
You can see so far across Texas. You can see Dallas football fans very disappointed. But with a great view, could you call? And also we have, by the way, the see-through bottom go all the way down. It's like the Ghost Bar in Vegas. Could you call a race from here?
Chris, I've made some poor decisions in life, and this is going to go in that category as well. I don't know that the height is as bad as the winds that we have today blowing here in Texas. You see the flag sticking straight out, but obviously incredible perspective of the track up here.
Yeah, why? As to the track, why?
God, it is windy there. Damn.
So early from drivers, and it's really been more than one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, track position is everything. We know how hard it is to pass. It's going to be a challenge for Chase Elliott to get back up through there. And Chastain made a mistake on the first lap, but I think it shows you that these guys are going for it every single lap.
And for the fans who came up here to enjoy the race, it really is a great view. You could take stairs, which we did not do, or you could take the elevator. Let's go back to the guys. By the way, the Stage 1 winner here in Austin, he's never gone on to win the race. Mike?
Thank you, Chris. I will not tell Bubba Wallace that, but thanks. All right.
Why did we not open pit road right there?
Wallace, Logano have not yet.
Why do we got to run 8 laps under caution?
Has come to pit road, and so is Chase Elliott.
You can see Chase Elliott changing that toe length. It got bent from the contact early on in the first corner with Chastain. Needing to get that repair fixed, costly.
We shortened the course so we'd have less time under the caution under the stages, and then we're gonna do 20 freaking goddamn pace laps. Why?
Repair fix, and maybe he can drive back up to the field. You're going to need some sort of stage strategy or something to get that track position, though.
Well, the good news for Chase is they were able to make sure that they fixed the car, and he got stage points like you were saying. And that's the unique part about this road course strategy is you have all those options. And you saw Joey Logano. They know they're not good. They know they have no chance to win the race. But if they can come out of here with those points, man, does it look a lot better when you get to Monday in the point standings.
Sure does. Now, another consequence of shortening this course by 1 mile, not only do the fans get to see the cars come by more often, but the caution laps are a lot shorter too. Today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear since 19.
No, they're not.
The Goodyear blimp has been inspired.
I mean, yeah, the lap is shorter, but the caution time isn't any less.
Forward. What a beautiful racing facility. Plays host to Formula One, and this track is busy all week long, years long, year round.
It sounds like it's going to get even busier. Building an amusement park over here. I can't wait to try that roller coaster out. Looks fast.
Bubba Wallace, your Stage 1 winner, has won more laps in the top 5 today than in his prior 4 races here combined.
It's a big turnaround for him. Good opportunity. Made a little bit of mistake there early. Stopped and paid his penalty, but capitalized on all them.
They're just now going to open pit road up.
Wallace's pit.
Oh my God. For 2 cars to pit. Jeez.
Well, going to ride along today with Austin Dillon, the
1,000
Prix
pace
camera,
laps, man.
including a 360-degree view on board his Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet. Christopher Bell, who led 1 lap at Atlanta, the one that counted, carrying our Toyota Cam today, including a 360 view. Ryan Prix has the BuildSubmarines.com camera on board his RFK Mustang.
This is ridiculous.
AJ Allmendinger has the Celsius onboard camera, including that front bumper cam. Hope it's still there at the end of the day.
I'd say that thing gets used before the end of the day for sure.
Yeah, let's open pit road after 3 pace laps for 2 cars to pit. Woohoo! We're doing something, NASCAR! Yeah, redneck power, baby! Woo! So dumb, dude. Freaking NASCAR just makes me so mad. Like, why do we need to pace 3 laps just to open up pit road for 2 cars? And then we got to do another 2 pace laps before we even set a grid. But the pace lap is shorter! So that means we can run twice as many as we normally would. Yay!
Pit road and blend in as Ty Dillon
Stupid,
comes around.
man.
He gets the free pass, and that will put
Goodness
all 37
freaking
of our
gracious,
drivers.
dude. Make it make sense, because I can't make it make sense in my brain. Make it make sense. Goodness be. %, vote on SVG. Shane Van Glizzy Gisbergen. I think he might. I think he's gonna win too. I mean, he's just so much faster than everybody else. It feels like. KFB's giving him a run for his money though. Problem is, we're gonna have a big pile up into turn 1. You guys are absolute idiots on these restarts, man. Hopefully we're getting them cars side by side ready to go for the restart here when we get back from commercial. That's all I want in life right now, just to get this green flag out. When you do IndyCar races, no stage breaks, and it works perfectly since the beginning of time.
And they're still coming in. That's amazing.
Man, that is amazing. What do we say we take this thing out for a victory lap?
Ooh, I thought you'd never ask. Let's go.
Let's go.
Be amazing.
Now, EchoPark Automotive, along with Speedway Motorsports, Charlotte Motor Speedway, many of America's great racetracks were all the brainchilds of O. Bruton Smith, who began by building Charlotte Motor Speedway with Curtis Turner in 1960. There are some of the notable tracks that he created. He built these great cathedrals of speed like Texas Motor Speedway, and was quite a visionary. Really helped make this sport as great as it is today. Bruton would have turned 98 years old today.
Amazing guy, amazing vision, amazing life, and the old apple didn't fall far from the tree. Raised some good kids that are doing just fine with this sport of NASCAR.
Well, Clint,
All right,
we
well,
saw
let's start
shenanigans on the pre-race with you, my friend, making fun of me. We saw shenanigans on the first lap
I'm going to be more ready for it this time.
Will we see more shenanigans on this restart in turn 1?
Yes. I'm almost certain of it. It's a calamity corner. It always has been. I got that term from him.
God, if they wreck into turn 1 again, dude, it's just, it looks like a
Look
bad
around this
freaking
whole racetrack.
dude. Just
Where is the
terrible.
greatest concentration of fans? Well, there's right there. That's
Did you see this?
Gamey. Yeah, but I think yours is a whole lot more handsome than the one covered in hairspray on.
All right, so the one, the white one over here on your left here is Kevin Harvick. I found Harvick and I found Chris Myers.
Is that a three-legged apparatus?
Oh no,
what's going on there?
Just like he's lackadaisical, just like Myers. He's taking a break, but my gosh, what an opportunity that landed right before me. Walking through the infield.
I'm not sure we can be friends anymore.
What do they call them things?
Exactly what I'm thinking of you right now.
Such a perfect fit. Such a perfect fit. Couldn't have worked any better. Here we go. We're going green, boys.
All right. Toyota Super GR pace car will head for home. And here they come to the EchoPark Automotive restart zone. Van Gisbergen, Busch up front. Reddick and Larson, Suarez and Byron, Allmendinger, Briscoe, Bowman, Hocevar. All 37 cars back on the lead lap, and we're back to green. Stage 2. Who's going to be first coming out of turn 1?
Well, you see Kyle Busch beat SVG pretty bad as they got to the exit of that restart.
Oh, Larson's going to dump him.
That inside lane is important right here, and he's going to be able to defend that position as they fan out 3-4 wide.
They seem to make it work. Man, I love that corner. How they fan out there and try to dive bomb each other, beat each other to the braking zones, but now you're high speed up through the S's trying to outdo one another to the next corner.
And this is when it gets really hard with the track limits right here. When you're side by side, you're following a car. 3, 4, and 5 is where they're officiating that. So, we see some contact right there between teammates.
2 wide, even 3 wide through 6A. Not sure that was possible, but it happened.
And that's exactly what we expected right there. And these guys are learning as they go through these restarts. You're going to continuously see that get more aggressive as we see 3 wide again into turn 12.
Wow, Bowman, Bell, and Hocevar all going for it.
Oh, so Hocevar locked up that right front tire and into the door of Chris Buescher right there.
Ty Gibbs got inside him, and then Gibbs got himself into a scuffle there with Ryan Prix. Bowman at the head of that group.
The ones leading that charge, you said it right there, Alex Bowman and Bell. Those guys are really good at this racetrack. 2 fast cars. They were good in practice, and then just keep.
Oh, SVG and Reddick battling for the lead.
Well, you see Tyler Reddick putting some pressure on SVG up front right here. We saw his car was really good to take off in the last round.
Whoa, look at Busch, a big dive bomb on Reddick.
On the 45 car of Tyler Reddick.
KFB back to P2. Larson made a big mistake.
With a mirror full of William Byron and Allmendinger coming into the picture. And that's 16.
It'd be a big win for Kyle Busch. Look at the inside. SVG's going to
KFB for the lead.
New leader.
Wow, KFB! Who would have thunk it, man?
A late surprise there.
Here comes Reddick.
The inside SVG.
And thinks better of it as they enter the S's.
KFB's got a pace.
Kyle's son Brexton raced this weekend, Texas Motor Speedway. He and his mom Samantha then traveled over here to Austin. You saw their pre-race prayer with Kyle before he hopped aboard the number 8, trying to resume his winning ways. And here's Kyle talking about this new section of the course, turn 6, 6A, 6B, and track limits.
Have they called anybody in turn 6 yet? We get 1 penalty, our day's over. And what you're doing right now, we can beat the 88 straight up. So. Yeah, I know. I just been around a few guys that aren't paying attention to candy stripes in turn 6. They're just jumping to the red asphalt and staying inside of them. So I'm very unclear as to what we're supposed to do.
Well, and so are we. So we double checked with NASCAR, and track limits are not applied at turn 6 as you set up for 6A.
Yeah, and we were a little confused by that to start with.
We saw the same thing.
Yeah, we saw the exact same thing Kyle did, and I think in years past, you know, that turn 6 would have been considered part of the S's, but not today.
59 wins since Kyle Busch's last seen victory lane. Can it be today?
First laps he's led on a road course since 2020.
Allmendinger moving up. Oh, takes a
See that
shot
back
from
bumper
Suarez.
Getting knocked on right there by Daniel Suarez. You see these cars really physical on the restarts, and that's just part of next-gen racing.
Well,
these cars are tough.
That was Allmendinger having just made that pass on Daniel Suarez. Allmendinger's coming.
Larson putting a lot of pressure. He's not very happy with the 19 car. He was wearing that back bumper out.
Briscoe will be number 2 on the list of Toyota top performers right now. Reddick in 3rd. Briscoe there at 7th. Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs top that list.
Yeah, and I always thought Chase Briscoe did a really good job on the road courses when I was his teammate at Stewart-Haas Racing. Not surprising to see him making some ground and having a decent day so far. You see him go through the dirt right there. That grass and dirt has been moved closer to the racetrack as Bell.
Whoa, Bell and Larson.
Did you see car there? Did you see the effect that it made on the 5 car when he threw the dirt on the track? It slipped the 5 car up, and look, now Bell's looking the inside of him.
That's an old Parnelli Jones trick in the Trans Am series.
That's right.
Or half the field at Riverside, California. Yeah. 28 laps on the board. 68 to go here at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Kyle Busch out front.
And we're going back to commercial. Yippee yay, yee-hi-you. Don't count out Zilisch, man. He's already up to P25. Zilisch is in 23rd, bro. He keeps moving through the field. Allmendinger's in 4th, dude. Wow. All right, IndyCar commercial. Back to the race.
I don't know how much y'all can feel on the front stretch, James, but the wind is blowing like hell. I mean, this big ass flag over here by 6 is straight out in the wind.
Austin, it is very windy up here, on and off, but if we ever sound screwed up all day, good chance it's that.
Copy. Windstorm right now. Maybe this helps.
Insane wind. Insane.
I'm on the scissor lift. I think I'm going to blow off this thing.
Steady 25 miles an hour, and those are big flags, and they are out straight here. So no surprise. Drivers getting blown around the course.
Well, we did the pre-race up on the top of the hill in turn 1, and you could really feel the wind blowing up there. And from a driver's perspective, it's just those gusts of wind that'll grab the car and push it to whatever direction it's blowing in, inside, outside, whatever it is. Those bursts of wind, sometimes as a driver, Clint, that'll rattle you and question your car as to what's actually wrong or if it was just a gust of wind.
Yeah, the wind is one thing. Those gusts and the bursts, like you were saying, that's what affects and upsets these cars.
KFB is checking out, man. KFB ain't messing around today, boys.
1.2 seconds back of Kyle Busch. Tyler Reddick 2 back. Then AJ Allmendinger, Byron, and Suarez.
He's absolutely opening up. 1.2 seconds now. Allmendinger in P4. He's doing a great job, too.
Lurking, you might say, in 4th place. But he is a charger. If there's any way to get that Kaulig car up toward the front, he'll find it.
Well, this guy right here, William Byron, he's had a lot of success, as you see right behind him. Chase Briscoe.
Yeah.
Dive to the inside of Daniel Suarez, but that's going to put him on the outside going into 15 right here.
Briscoe's been moving up through the field quite a bit here. Oh, he made a mistake.
Not all about the one corner where you can take advantage. It's about 2, 3, 4 corners on, and where are you going to be? How are you going to do it?
Well, he gave up that whole gap that he had to Kyle Larson there. It slowed both he and Suarez down when he didn't complete that pass, and that's the tough part here is when you're on the inside of somebody and you don't finish the pass. Usually, whether it's 1 or 2 corners, you wind up on the outside, and they're very capable of hanging you out right there.
Zilisch up to P20.
Not finishing a pass can be detrimental.
He's climbing back through the field. Connor Zilisch gonna be a factor, dude. There he is. C-Zil.
There's been a lot of talk about track limits, and apparently, well, a number of people were confused. Here's the 16.
All right, NASCAR just made a change. There's no track limits in turn 6, if that helps you. No track limits in turn 6, only.
I didn't realize there was.
Well, that's it. You heard me say it, and all the drivers, every single one of them, all the teams are talking about that. I don't think it was a change. I think they just didn't include 6.
Well, we talk about track limits.
Zilisch got dumped. Chastain sent it into turn 1 on the first lap and absolutely wiped out Chase Elliott, and then an accordion effect into Hamlin and Zilisch. Both got damage out of it too. Chastain being aggressive in turn 1.
That 16 car, of course, they had that funny little back and forth on the radio.
He was way behind. He had to come down to pit road because he had a flat tire.
He got in that race car this morning. He told me
climbed all the way back.
Climbed in. He said, "I don't think we're going to be good. We could not get the grip on the front or rear of the car that I wanted." Well, the latest update from AJ, the front of the car needs a little bit more turn, but the back is really
He's got the fast lap in the race.
You know how good he is on these road courses.
I was looking at it earlier. Zilisch is kicking ass.
And yesterday, he was not happy at all. He complained the whole time about his car and how bad it was, especially after that first session. But that's really been the progression of really everybody, including the car in front of him, Tyler Reddick.
He's up to 19. Look at Zilisch go, bro. Let's go. We got to show Zilisch is on board. Come on. He's flying through the field right now. Dead last to P19. Spin to win, dude. Yeah, they're bitching about Chastain.
Who's not going to be very happy is Kyle Larson. Turn number 3. He exceeded track limits.
Larson got track limits. Sucks to suck.
On the outside of the candy cane runoff there, away from the track surface, that's cutting the course. You do the stop and go at turn 13 and 14.
Sucks to suck.
Van Gisbergen is pulled away.
Van Glizzy closing back in on Busch. And we're going back to commercial because we didn't just do that already 3 minutes ago. Larson. Way back now. I don't even think that was in the section he was supposed to do a stop and go. Larson threw it away. Bubba threw it away with the freaking corner cuts. Look at Zilisch, dude. He's still climbing, dude. Let's go, Zilisch. Just start moving through the field, dude. Sizu. Sizu. Oh, SVG is getting aggressive, dude. Look how close they get to that tire stack. Zilisch moving up again. Zilisch is the track position. I think he's got the fastest car on the field. Come on, go back to the battle back there. They're like 3 guys battling. Byron, Allmendinger, and Reddick. No, Allmendinger's in third. It's Byron, Reddick, and somebody. And we're not even showing it on the side-by-side. This is ridiculous, man. Reddick's fading. SVG aggressive on the brakes into KFB. Tries to move him up the track on the exit of 20. Come on, get back to the race. Quick, showing freaking commercials. Come on now. There we go. We're going back. Or not. We gotta show these fans taking pictures. Welcome, race fans. You're the showman, not the race.
Welcome back to the EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix from Austin, Texas. Kyle Busch.
Somebody talk about Zilisch already and how freaking amazing. Look at this move! SVG! Oh, he's still outside of you. SVG! Back to the lead. This SVG KFB battle is fun to watch, man. They just keep trading it.
That's a textbook pass that we had talked about into 6A right there.
One reason why that's a great place to pass, it's a left-hander, and
Zilisch is up to 17th, bro.
So if you don't get it done,
Last to 17th. What a drive.
Larry?
Yeah, of course, Shane Van Gisbergen in the 88, he just took the lead, and we're 9 laps into this run.
Allmendinger's right there too, man. Allmendinger's got a piece as well. This is going to be a great finish if this holds out. Got to get Zilisch back in the mix, though. Somehow, some way.
The air pressure they're running, how aggressive they are with the setup, especially with the shock settings. And quite honestly, Clint and Kevin, you guys know this. I think a driver can make a big difference in short run and long run speed, taking care of it in early going.
Certainly can. I mean, that's exactly what you see. I think a combination of low air pressure, that's what the turn was. It wouldn't turn for a while. That air pressure built up, and now he's about a half a second faster than him. Allmendinger is too, very impressive.
Whoa, aggressive is KFB on the brakes in the 1.
Both of those guys fast.
Allmendinger's closing in now.
Boy, Kyle Busch is right there, and Allmendinger not that far behind. Regan.
Well, Mike, another guy fast right now is the 87 of Connor Zilisch.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been saying. Zilisch is flying through the field.
That team came in, they got tires during the stage.
Look at him go up on the outside to the S's. Oh my God, he's so fast. Get out of the way, BK. The real race car driver's coming through. There it is. Go Zilisch to the inside. Let's go.
Calm, cool, and collected through the whole process as they had those issues earlier, and it's paying off right now.
Trying to pass Brad Keselowski for 16th and not without a little contact.
Get out of the way, BK.
Still to the inside here.
Whoa, Zilisch.
Just like you said, setting him up for the next corner. It's exactly what you were talking about, Mike.
Zilisch is just that much better, dude. He's just that good. He's him, bro. He's him.
On Ryan Blaney in 15th.
Without a doubt, Zilisch has top 10 speed, and he's just slowly, methodically getting up there. That was a lot of patience there around Keselowski.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's going to be the most eye-opening thing for Connor today. We've seen him go through the field and all the things that he's done as we ride on board with AJ Allmendinger, but Connor Zilisch has made his way through the field in a very methodical way, and as he gets closer to the front and starts racing around those guys that have a lot of the same pace as him, it'll be fun to watch the battle of the guys that are trying to outwit each other at that point, because these guys are also good under the braking. That's really what sets these guys apart from being faster or slower than the other guys. They're good in the braking zones, and as you saw Zilisch right there dive under.
Zilisch is just so good, bro. On the braking, he's good. On corner exit,
so good.
He's the GOAT, man. And he's only 18.
Top three keeping close tabs. Van Gisbergen, Busch, and Allmendinger. The first three of 5 Chevrolets at the front of the field.
Just wait till Zilisch gets up there, I'm telling you. How many commercial breaks? Look at Zilisch, dude. Look at Zilisch, bro. Look at Zilisch, man. Makes another pass. He's a beast. The battle of the energy drinks, Red Bull and Monster. Zilisch is up to 15th, bro. 15th from last. That's my boy right there. See Zil. They need to put him in every road course in the Cup Series this year. That's what they need to do. Larson's all the way back down to 19th, bro. Talk about throwing it away. Look at Allmendinger closing in now. I wonder if we're going to see another pit stop for the end of the stage. I would assume so. Some people are saying 2-stop race. I think it's a 3-stop race. I don't understand why they think it's a 2-stopper. Zilisch up to 14. Let's go, Zilisch. Like last year when we had SVG and Allmendinger battling for the win at the Xfinity race. AFB's good today, though, man. I think your best 3 cars are in the front, and then I think your next best car is Zilisch, but he's buried. Gibbs is just fading. Yeah. He sucks.
Ross Chastain, who initiated the first big dust-up of the day in the first corner of the race, ahead of them in 13th.
Yeah, and that really set the tone for the beginning part of this race for him. I mean, we expected Ross to be a contender today, and really from that point forward hasn't really been in contention to run in the top 5, Clint.
Yeah, I mean, it was a mistake for sure. Saw the bullhorns on the hood, and it was,
saw him in turn 1 too.
Early.
Yeah, he started 9th and was trying to lead coming out of turn 1. That didn't work out well for him, and even worse for the number 9 of Chase Elliott, who got turned around there and hasn't climbed out of the top 30. Here's a look at it. Back on the initial start of the race, the white car way to the inside is Chastain.
Yeah, and he's just in there way too far, and you know that's the first lap of the day, and put a lot of those guys in a position that they had nothing to do with, but just a way more speed than, and his angle wrong right there. You see the 9 get turned around right in front of Denny Hamlin's car, get torn off. Zilisch tore up. So, you know, I think that we saw him giving the lecture last week to Carson Hocevar. I'd say that might be a couple of them waiting at his door when he gets out this week.
Eating little crow.
Now Zilisch has done a nice job of climbing his way back through the field. In fact, it has taken him not more than 2 laps to pass each car as he has climbed.
He's a freaking beast, man.
14th place.
Well, we knew
he's a beast, dude. He's the best road racer in the world. It's not even close.
Well inside the top 10, but you know, today he's putting on a, as we saw yesterday when he had the pit road penalty, went to the back of the Xfinity race and wound up marching all the way back towards the front. So when you get on these road courses and you have those guys that just have that elite level of capability on the road courses, it makes it fun to watch.
Our Denny Hamlin's going to have a stop and go. Track limits at turn
sucks
5.
to suck.
Brad Keselowski and Austin Dillon begin this round of pit stops.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see a mass pit stops
yeah,
here.
The stage ends in about 5 laps. If you go back to the end of stage 1, several drivers came with 4 to go. So a bunch came with 3 to go. Of course, the leader.
Look at all the rubber buildup there on that corner exit. That's insane.
The downside of waiting is if that caution comes out before you've made your green flag pit stop and others have, you're going to give up a ton of track position. So it's kind of a cat and mouse game.
Thanks, Larry. They will stay on the lead lap after making those pit stops.
And this is just not a track that is notorious.
Christopher Bell's been moving through the field too. He's up to 5th.
A lot of green flag runs here, so you know, playing that strategy to try to catch a caution, you'd have to get. I mean, you have to get lucky anywhere that you go, but I think here it's even a raised percentage just because of how few cautions we typically have, especially in the middle portion of the race.
We're gonna see green flag pit stops here.
William Byron in 4th. Now he's about 4.5 seconds back of Allmendinger, which puts him 6.8 seconds off the lead, as you see on our scoring pylon there. But driving his own race.
That's William Byron. He's doing what William Byron does. He's just quietly there, waiting for the moment. Race is not over yet. The money's not on the line. He will be there.
Hey, you see that in his stats. You see Denny serving his penalty right there. Not sure that he came all the way to a stop, but
Suarez pits, Reddick pits.
Yeah. But I think that back to William Byron, being able to keep yourself in the
Busher
race is
pits.
sometimes half the battle.
And out of controversy. He's just never in the middle of any kind of controversy, just kind of out there running his own race. Next thing you know, he's taking your money and trophy headed to the house.
Well, you see Busher kind of stumble there again out of the pit stall. These cars are hard to get going with the way that everything works gearing wise here, so you have to rev that engine up and get those tires spinning a little bit getting out of that pit stall, because you can't give up any time, but we can't make mistakes on pit road, and we've seen that a number of times, especially the guy in 2nd there, Kyle Busch. We've seen him run up front a lot and have some mistakes on pit road, so hopefully not today.
And we checked, Denny Hamlin was good with serving his penalty for cutting the track at turn number 5. Things cycling through here as we ride with 2nd place Kyle Busch. 1.5 seconds in front of him. That's Shane Van Gisbergen.
We're gonna see more pit stops here before the pit road closes.
Here in Austin.
These long green flag runs are fun. And we're
Yeah,
gonna see that at
but we have to end it with a caution.
Start to see cars start to back up.
Tell us what we don't know, KF and Harvick.
And,
Man.
you know, there's just a lot of comers and goers as we go through the tire wear.
There's another thing that comes with that, attrition. This is hard on these drivers. They're so busy out there, shifting, turning, all these different corners, all these different things that's going on. This is a very tiring race. It's hot out here.
Trouble for John Hunter Nemechek, who you saw in the back of that picture a second ago.
All right, everybody else is pitting now.
Coming to
Byron, Bell, Briscoe, Bowman, host of our Zilisch.
Well, the 24 William Byron is saying, I need to work on the car, help me through the S's, and it's starting to lose some lateral grip as well. We saw also Chase Briscoe, and he's been methodically making his way through the field. Said it felt good on the long run, but not enough left rear grip in the short run, guys.
Kosovar making his pit stop as other drivers exit. There's Zilisch going out. Note how the drivers' names are on pit road. They were stenciled in there early this morning after pits were selected to help the fans know who was stopping in which pit. Really nice touch here.
No, they took a lot of time to do that. Jeez.
You see Larson stenciled just on the outside of
they've got
number
trouble.
5. And
They've got trouble. That's exactly what we were talking about. You got to minimize those mistakes. But the left
Yep, Larson hung money.
Back there.
Being hung money again.
Now Nemechek, here's the commitment line violation. You see that box. Oh, he was inside it, but chose not to come to pit road.
What the hell was
which
that?
is going to make extending his string of top 10 finishes. He's one of only 2 drivers that started the season with 2 of them. It's going to be tough to extend that after this penalty.
Well, you see right there, he was obviously carrying too much speed and just blew right through there and couldn't make the corner.
Leader on pit road.
Van Gisbergen and Busch come to pit road,
and
Allmendinger. Caitlin.
Yeah, Kyle Busch obviously spent quite a bit of time at the front of this race, led 9 laps, pretty quiet about
It means a lot of these guys are going to stay out for points.
Spotter just saying, don't overdo your entry into one. Regan.
Shane Van Gisbergen in the 88 car right now. He made the turn better with the last adjustments crew chief Steven Doran did. Now he's just needing a little bit of overall grip. He told him I could give up some through the right-handers in the 16 of AJ Allmendinger.
Oh, Larson's tire wheel came off.
With him as well, but gave up some rear grip.
What the?
Oh, big trouble. He's lost the right front wheel.
Wheels have fallen off the bus. That's not the wheel they were even
Jesus, home money.
on the left rear.
And that will have implications beyond today.
Oh, SVG and KFB.
So again, we saw this race
at short run speed.
Off of pit road speed and that short run speed, and there you see
They're going to have to call a caution. That wheel just keeps rolling. Oh, no, it's way out of the way. They should be all right.
But it's off the course, so I think that
Yeah, we should be able to end the stage.
Yeah, we should stay green from that. Ryan Prix is now the race leader after several of the front runners have made their pit stop.
Whoa, KFB.
Michael McDowell. And here's a look at it.
KFB SVG battle has just been on day. Damn, bro.
Well, these cars are difficult because
freaking Larson.
Those tires lock on there.
Freaking hung, buddy. Even the crew's being a little bit of hung today.
If it's one of the rear wheels, you'll feel the rear end start to shift.
Oh
around.
man.
The lock keeps the wheels on the axle, and won't come off. But sometimes you don't feel it, and that right front tire off of that 5 car is going to ruin their day.
All right, Larson has made it to pit road. We stay green. There'll be 2 to go in the stage with Ryan Prix, the leader, trying to pick up a stage win and some stage points. He has 1.6 seconds.
That's a bird with no feathers right there for Larson.
And here they come, about a dozen car lengths apart, up the front straightaway and past the start-finish line.
Get back, 1 more lap, nice move.
Well, this is exactly what we talked about at the end of the first stage. You've got guys that are here to minimize the losses of their day, and today, you know, we've seen it in stage 1. Now you're going to see it again in stage 2. You want to make something out of your day, like we talked on the points, and now it's Ryan Prix, Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell trying to gather those points in stage 2.
More points for Bubba Wallace as well.
Yeah, and he's definitely put himself in a position to have a good points day for sure, which is not something that they've always done on the road courses.
Yeah, if it stays the way it is, that's 13 points for him.
I'm glad that you're on board with counting those points now, Clint.
Well, Blaney started 25th, did not have the fastest car coming into today's race, obviously, so a chance to maximize stage points.
Yeah, and we haven't seen
KFB cycled to the relative lead. SVG, Allmendinger, Byron, Bell, Suarez, Briscoe, Reddick, Buscher, Bowman, Kosovar.
Stuff has definitely
I think that'd be your top
not
10.
been as good as the other 2 brands.
Final lap of stage number 2. There from the buildsubmarines.com cam, you can see Ryan Blaney a second and a half behind Ryan Prix. Out of the stadium section and to turn 19, coming to 20. And Prix,
all right, stage number 2 goes coming to an end.
Is going to pick up his second career stage win here by 2.4 seconds over Ryan Blaney and Michael McDowell. Kyle Busch and Shane Van Gisbergen, who made pit stops, are 4th and
They don't even finish out all the guys crossing the line. They just completely end it right after the guy crosses. Hurry to go to commercial so we can come back and watch him pace around for 5 laps. Then go back to commercial to watch him pace around for another 5 laps. And then back to a couple more commercial breaks. And then we'll eventually maybe do the choose and then watch him pile up into turn 1 for another caution so we can go back to commercial. I mean, this is just stupid with the stage breaks, man. They had it so perfect when they had no stage breaks at road courses. Like, let the race play out, man. You see what we had earlier with the IndyCar race? No stage breaks, and that race played out perfectly. We still had a battle for the win at the end. Let them play the strategy game. If you want to do a 2-stopper or 3-stopper, do it. It's frustrating. Especially when you know what's good racing, when you just saw it earlier. I mean, it just makes no sense to me. Oh. These IndyCar commercials are fire, though.
Cars number 1 on the charts podcast, Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour, presented by EchoPark Automotive. You know, in 15 years, Darrell Waltrip said a lot of great things up here in this booth, and one of them was, I'd rather take a young driver and rein him in than take a young driver and have to try to speed him up.
Can't speed them up. You can only pull the reins back.
Well, that's a fact. And Carson's fast. They've made their cars better.
Can we
And
just
I think
open
you've
pit
seen
road
that with
already?
the performance and things that
Can we get
he's
these
put on
guys
so
in the
far
pit
this
lane?
year. But you got to make sure you you got to correct some of the mistakes that you make. And if you're okay with having those broad shoulders and learning on the fly, it's very good that he has the speed. So you just have to correct some of those mistakes.
Well, let me add one thing to that. You've got to earn the trust of the people you're racing with too.
Well, eventually it's going to bite you. I think, they all say, we heard it last week, we're going to wreck him, going to wreck him. Nobody's really wrecked him.
Well, he got wrecked yesterday in the Xfinity race.
Okay.
And that's going to happen, but that's okay. I mean, take your lumps, and when you get wrecked every once in a while or shoved out of the groove, that's kind of the trial by fire that happens on the racetrack, especially in the Cup Series. So it's I love the speed that he has, and it'll be fun to watch it evolve if he can handle all the criticism.
I think
All right, here we go.
He is fun
Pit
to
road's
watch.
open.
He's going for it. He had an opportunity. I like it. He took it.
All
Made
right.
some people mad. Apologize on Monday.
Pit road is open, and here come the leaders, Josh.
Let's start with Ryan Prix, your Stage 2 winner. Happy with the pace of that car. A little struggles in 3 and 4, but otherwise like the way that car is trending. For Ryan Blaney in 12, he said he needs a little more rear grip in that car. He said he's still struggling a bit, but the car is getting better as the run went along, guys.
Well, it's interesting that you hear Priest talk about 3 and 4, because that's a flat section of the racetrack, a rhythm section, and then you have slow sections. So usually if your car is working good in the slow sections, not so good through the S's.
All right, 2 stages are history in Austin. Who will capture the flag?
Well, I'd like to find out that, Mike Joy. Mike Biden Joy. I'd like to know. So we're under commercial and caution. It's this commercial again, dude. This commercial's depressing as hell, dude. Why would we play this? His mom wasn't even in the hospital with him. So bad, dude. This commercial is so bad. Oh, I want this to go back green already, man. I want to see Zilisch with the comeback of a century, bro, and win this damn race. Go take it to KFB and SVG and Allmendinger. I think Bell's still a factor in this, too. He's been completely working his way forward all race long. Oh, my God. All right, let's wind them up, man. Let's go. I want to see some more racing. I've enjoyed the race that I've seen so far. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the momentum rolling. No big wrecking at turn 1. Hopefully everybody just gets their heads out of their asses and we make it happen. Yeah, that was that's probably going to be a fine or something come to Wednesday or whatever. Hung money. Hung money. Zilisch is currently 14th, bro. Watch out for Zilisch. I don't think it's over yet. All right, let's not be idiots into turn 1 now, guys. McDowell, look at him go. He held on to the lead here. That's crazy. I didn't expect that. And there goes KFB. SVG, their Zilisch is in 11th. Oh, I don't know where Zilisch is. Never mind. They don't even know. NASCAR's time and score's all whacked. Whoa! Suarez is around. Oh, oh, he just ripped the whole front end off the car. Oh, it's Zilisch! No! Damn it, man. Oh, Suarez killed it. damn it, man. Oh, it's because of Suarez is a dumbass. Zilisch had nowhere to go because freaking Suarez can't hold the brake. You dumbass. Can't hold the brake. God, Suarez is an idiot. Not only does he run over the grass and wreck himself, and he can't hold a freaking brake. Can't hold a brake pedal, bro. Oh my god, I hate this. Is bullshit, man. How is Zilisch gonna win anything when the freaking half the cup field is a bunch of freaking morons? Nothing he can do. God, Suarez is a dumbass. Shit pisses me off, man. Some bullshit. Zilisch was on the comeback of a century. God, it pisses me off, man. Some people just don't even deserve a spot on the track, dude. I'm just over this race now. That's bullshit, man. Screw Suarez, dude. Pull Suarez out of the 99 and put Zilisch in there full time. I'm over that crap. That's some BS. I hope Zilisch gets that car running today.
Welcome back to the EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix from Austin, Texas. Here's why we are under caution. At turn number 19.
Look at him, he just doesn't hold the brake and he just keeps sliding and
Boom. And as a team owner, that is it just always seems to work that way.
If he'd have held the brake, dude, Suarez would have never hit. It would have, both cars would have been fine.
The Trackhouse had all
what a dumbass, man.
So right here, it looks like what happened. You see this curb right here. You want to put the right side tires on the exit.
God, I can't stand Daniel Suarez,
so you'll
bro.
split that hot dog curb.
Lost all respect for him right there.
Inside. And I think Daniel Suarez, you see that access road right there. I think what happened
absolutely runs out of talent,
and
bro.
He got that left front tire to bouncing, and then the car just pitched around on him immediately. But yeah, right here you see that hot dog curb. You want to put the right side and split that curb. And I think this road right here is what got the car bottomed out and pitched the car sideways.
You see a lot of loose gravel there.
The dirt. Yeah.
Where people have been shortcutting that.
A little greedy, getting a little greedy.
Well, there's speed there because if you miss that apex on the candy cane part and don't hook that hot dog curb, you wind up wide and then you wind up wider on the exit.
Now, stopping in the pits is the 48 of Alex Bowman. He was under penalty for cutting the course at turn number 5. He'll have to restart tail end of the longest line.
Yeah,
no, he cut the course at 5 because fucking dipshit Briscoe ran him off the track. I watched this happen.
Just like you were saying.
And you hit that road, and it just pitches the back of these cars.
And then he lets go.
You have to be super
break.
careful.
Oh my God, Zilisch would have been fine.
You were covering it. As you're going to see Connor Zilisch just pile into Daniel Suarez right here.
Where to go.
Oh man.
Dang it.
But when the rear suspension bottoms out like that, it just, when it rebounds up off those stops, it just pitches the back end around and you spin out.
So 2 cars badly damaged here.
God, dude, I just can't believe how stupid Daniel Suarez is,
because
man.
of the power steering issue. Plus, he'll have to go to the back.
Well, this goes right back to what we talked about with William Byron, right? You know, you have to keep yourself in these races and not make mistakes on the racetrack, not make mistakes on pit road. You know, you not have the gremlins of everything that can happen with the mechanical gremlins. So there's just a lot of things that can go wrong with your weekend, even if you have speed.
The AMR safety crew on the scene helping the drivers involved. Well, it's been eventful. I mean, right from turn 1, lap 1, we've had action, but we've also had some stellar displays by Shane Van Gisbergen. We had Tyler Reddick at the front. We've had Kyle Busch.
Well, you definitely have 2 different styles of cars. It looks like SVG's car doesn't take off very well. He's talked about the front tires not working well. It looks like the 45 car takes off good, and AJ Allmendinger has put himself in position to be a contender in this race. But right now, Kyle Busch has control.
Leave some meat on the bone for me, boys. I'm telling you, Allmendinger, you took the words out of my mouth. Allmendinger, AJ Allmendinger made that pass on SVG. I think that's important. He's going to be hard for SVG to get back around, but keep your eye on Bell and Byron. Those cars are both capable of getting the job done as well. I think they're slowly but surely, methodically getting back up to the front where they need to be.
And back into the top 10 are Briscoe, Chastain, Reddick, and Hocevar, all of whom have been stories today. Well, here's Alex Bowman.
I lost 5 spots already. Like, tell me you've never competitively driven a race car without telling me you've never done Yeah, they're going to use common sense and don't want to over-officiate.
Totally understand. It's bad timing. There was nothing. I mean, you went off the track. There's no question. But the biggest hit there was the fact that caution came out. We talked about this in the pre-race. That's a thing, right? It's potential, and that's exactly what happened. He was, before he got a chance to serve the penalty, it bit him. The caution came out. Now you got to go to the tail end of the longest line.
Well, you talk about luck, right? And
luck.
Sometimes it's just bad luck, and the timing of that just didn't work out for them, and unfortunately came at a bad time.
The worst time.
Now, Larry, everybody was on pit road between lap 40 and 43, with the exception of Michael McDowell, who is still out there. He has not pitted since lap 23. Do you have an idea of what his strategy
That's
might
the
be?
slowest track
Can it
workers
be
I've ever
successful?
seen, man. Those guys must be city
I don't think
workers.
he can hold a light to those cars.
Those
up
dudes
there,
are
especially
freaking
he's
working
got
in
20 more
reverse.
laps on his tires. This could buy them a better
We're going to be
finishing
under
position.
caution
But
another
right
20
now,
minutes at this rate.
Michael McDowell and everybody else has to make one more trip to pit road. I think McDowell comes somewhere probably around lap 59 or 60. And honestly,
I'm over
everybody else,
Suarez,
Mike,
dude. He can
that's when the
screw
window
up, man.
opens to make it to the end. They may run a
All these
little
drivers
longer,
just
but
keep
lap
losing
60 is the
respect that I
magic
have
number
for him. Just
essentially
week
for
in and
everybody
week
to
out.
hit
Just a
and
bunch
make
of
it to the end.
idiots, man.
All right, we're cleaning up here in Austin.
No, they're freaking standing around. They're like city workers. What am I watching? Some of these commercials are so stupid. I'm so disappointed, man. This is what I'm saying. Zilisch is just wasting his talent in NASCAR, dude. 100%. You're racing against a bunch of clowns in a manufactured racing series, dude. You're just wasting your talent. Zilisch to IndyCar 2025, 2026. I don't care. If they don't put Zilisch full time in the 99 next year in the Cup Series, then they're just stupid. Demote Suarez back to Taco Bell and put freaking Zilisch in the 99. It's just you watch a great race with IndyCar and then you get this crappy ass NASCAR bullshit, man. Where they just completely run each other over, and then you got guys out there that can't even control their car and they don't even know how to hold a brake pedal down. So stupid, man. Zilisch got screwed by both teammates today. Chastain and then Suarez. And Van Glizzy.
The first test will be turn 1.
Yes, it will.
They're gonna
all be more aggressive. I mean, we're just
they're gonna
in that
pile
window
them.
that we're running.
I don't even care
running
at this
out of
point.
laps
I'm just
and time
cheering
to
for
be able to
freaking
put yourself
chaos.
in position to win this race.
Screw them.
You know, we've seen Kyle Busch take off good. We know Allmendinger will be aggressive. The 88 struggled on the restarts, just kind of launching, and then you've got McDowell on the outside of row 2 that, you know, he took off better than we thought he would, but he's still got old tires.
Keep an eye on that row 3 too, Byron and Bell.
Then Briscoe, Chastain, Reddick, and Hocevar, the top 10.
Pile them up.
As we go back to green.
30 car wreck. That's what I want to see.
Told you, there's Bell to the inside of SVG.
Way to the inside, right down against the line. They're going to be 3 wide into the corner.
Here comes Bell or Byron as well.
And Briscoe to the inside.
Oh, AJ gets booted.
Well, we see Allmendinger get
Look at
shoved
Bell.
in. That's the tough part of being about the last car on the outside. You wind up taking a chance of getting off in the gravel right there.
12 wheels corner better than 4, don't they?
I guess. Sure looked that way. That corner is just so inviting to dive that car onto the inside.
It's a big restart for Kyle Busch and A.J. Allmendinger.
Yeah, and you see the 88 car of SVG still going backwards.
Clear. Take the 4 out back. Half back. Copy.
That's Bell and Briscoe. Briscoe got through there, and Byron. They've all got SVG.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the 88 car of SVG just doesn't fire off well, and we saw him have to defend against Christopher Bell right there, and now Bell's up into second place, and we think that car has been a contender all day on the long runs, and now he's got the track position to go with it.
Well, he's behind McDowell, who's a very aggressive road racer on those worn tires. And
McDowell is just struggling, staying out.
Now they're on McDowell. That'll be for 7th.
Yeah, I think the scoring monitor just hasn't switched right there, the pylon mic, but definitely can't get too far behind if you're Shane Van Gisbergen or Ross Chastain. Lose touch of those leaders.
Fantastic restart for Bell and Byron both, but Briscoe, wow, where did he come from?
Well, you've been pointing your finger at him all day, and he's just been lurking over there on that scoring monitor. Now they're in contention to have a chance to win this race as we go and make our last pit stop and see where this goes on the long run. But we're fairly certain that the Gibbs cars are good on the long run. Kyle Busch's car has been solid, but I don't know if it's been as good as Bell's.
40 laps to go. Larry Mack with these extra caution laps that they ran, cleaning up outside turn number 19. What does that do to our window? How early could you stop?
Yeah, Mike, they ran 4 caution laps. I think the window realistically opens about lap 58, about 3 laps from now. But I think a magic number's lap 60. That maybe builds you a little bit of insurance for an overtime. But I think you're going to see some drivers run long on this run, maybe as long as lap 70, just trying to catch a caution.
All right, let's check with Regan.
Like Connor Zilisch, checked and released from the care center. Not the start of the race that you wanted or the end, but in the middle stages, a lot of speed. What are the takeaways from today?
Yeah, I mean, we had a really fast Red Bull Chevrolet. I've had so much fun preparing for this event, and that second stage, driving from outside the top 30 to 14th, I think was a lot of fun, and passing a lot of guys that I used to watch on TV growing up. So hopefully I'll be able to get the chance to come back and do this again. I had an absolute blast driving through the field and wish it didn't end early.
Thanks, Connor.
Oh, he'll be back.
And it's getting worse for Alex Bowman. Saw him turned around.
That's usually how those days go, Clint. When they're bad, they just get worse. And sometimes you just have to battle through it. And
this was
saw Byron looking to the inside of Briscoe. Yes, sir. Got the pass.
I'm just pissed off at
William
Suarez.
Byron
Dude.
is the only one of the Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolets that has
What an
had a
absolute clown
trouble-free
that
day
guy
here
is.
so far. Kyle Larson just got back on the lead lap with the free pass at that last caution flag. Here's some Byron audio.
I think some people won't stop. Is that what you're saying? We're going to go back green, and people are going to pit about 3 or 4 laps, and they're going to try to go to the end. If we don't pit then, because we don't want to run 37 laps on a set of tires, so you got to run at least 10 laps longer than that guy's at first pit. So you have enough advantage so you can actually pass him.
Varying strategies here. Regan.
Like, unfortunately for Daniel Suarez, second week in the row we meet over here at the
Oh
infield.
God, we gotta listen to freaking Daniel
How
Suarez.
disappointing is it with as good as you were today?
Moron.
It's very disappointing, Regan. This is not the way I want to talk to you. Our car was good. I thought we were going to have a top 5 run. I don't know if we're good enough for the win, but a top 5 run for sure, top 7 maybe. And lower pressure, the car is lower, it hits everything harder, and I just hit the curb, that big sausage right there, and it spin me out. And unfortunately that my teammate Connor was out there, and he hit me, and I ended up my race and his race. I could have spun out on myself and keep going, but unfortunately he was there, and sometimes it's hard. You have to make a decision to go left or to go right, and there's a little bit of smoke, and unfortunately he decided to go right, and there wasn't much room there. So a little bit.
Oh, there's plenty of room there if you'd held the fucking brake, you dumbass. God. What a stupid ass person. Zero brain freaking activity there.
What else is happening? Lap times are picking up. Christopher Bell finally made his fastest lap.
God,
of
he's
the
an
race
idiot.
by the first 2
No
cars.
awareness.
First
Absolutely
time
zero
in
self-awareness.
39 second bracket.
Wham, that's a hard hit there.
Yeah.
Laps, turn 6B.
And just like we thought, I think that 20 car, as we run right here, he's going to be better than this 8 car. But the shade coming over the racetrack has definitely picked the pace up.
And that'll work in other people, some people's favor and not the other. I mean, it changes the conditions of the racetrack, and depending on the handling characteristics of your car, it'll affect it one way or another.
Busch and Bell a car length apart. 2 seconds on William Byron. And a second back to Briscoe, Allmendinger, Van Gisbergen. And coming up around the turn, NASCAR from Phoenix on FS1 next Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, the first of 6 straight weekends or races on FS1. Then the NHRA Gainesville next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time on FS1. And IndyCar returns from the Thermal Club Sunday, March 23rd on Fox. riding with Ryan Prix in 16th. He and teammate Chris Buescher, nose to tail. And finally, Michael McDowell comes for service after being on a completely different strategy.
I hope KFB wins this race.
And now you see those guys getting into turn 6. They're actually cutting that corner now that they all know that they don't have to worry about the track limits that in that corner. They're all cutting it straight to the grass to get that entrance even wider into 6A.
That'll be changed next year. You watch.
And when I look at 6, it's almost like the NASCAR is saying, okay, well, the grass is going to limit you from going too far over there anyway. So, but they all know now.
Right.
He's the owner operator of Smooth Brain LLC.
You don't have to look any further than
Facts.
the track map right there. That
Fuck
corner,
Daniel
turn 6,
Suarez. I
leading
can't
you on
stand
to,
him, dude.
6A. You cut
Officially
that
on my
off
freaking
because of
For You
the
list.
ability to, it really sets you up for a good 6A and more.
Just to get out of the car and be like, well, you get a choice to go left or right, and he went right, and there was no room there. As you see his car move like 8 freaking car lengths forward without holding the brake. Like, come on, dude. What a dumbass.
Kosovar's been in the top 10 most of the day.
Smooth Brain LLC. We should start the hashtag demote Daniel Suarez back to Taco Bell
Yeah, I'm
movement
glad
here.
we pulled this camera up because right now you're going to start to see,
moron,
you're going to
that
start
guy.
to feel as a driver, you're really going to start to feel the physical aspect of what's happening today. And see Chastain and Reddick kind of missed the apex of turn 1, but look at his right hand. I mean, there's just a lot of shifting. There's a lot of left to right corners that put the G-forces from one side of your body to the other side of the body, which affects your core, and all these bumps. And that as we go into 6 right here to the right and back through 6A and 6B, you're going to see the impact of the
How's that
driver
not corner cutting? You
you go
completely
over
had
the
both
bump,
left
especially
tires
as we-
over in the
As we
red.
come off this
No.
corner right here off of 6B.
And the
Can we get
winner champ
SVG
for
and Allmendinger back
Van
by
Gisbergen,
freaking
right
Briscoe?
foot braking, unlike just about every stock car driver ever. And what we call heel and toe, usually it's with the heel tapping the gas and the toe tapping the brake. Now it's more of a ball of your foot on the brake and your little toe over on the gas pedal.
Watch his head, guys. Yeah, I mean, look how far ahead how far he's turning his head to look as far ahead as possible in the corner, and that is, something that really you can see really well as he gets loose right there going into 16, kind of a corner that it just seems like it'll never end, and he got loose getting into that corner. A lot of partial throttle right there. See that heel toe into where Daniel Suarez spun out in 19 right there and down into 20. You ride this curb. Under braking, you feel the vibration of that curb as you go over it, but you want to have that extra distance to the right to get a better angle to the apex.
There's the separation with Byron third, Briscoe, Allmendinger, and Van Gisbergen. While those two young guns were battling, there was contact.
Well, and that's
6A.
That's right into 6A, and we've talked about that passing zone right there all day. And if you don't give, it puts you in a position right there to take a tire in the door. So Hocevar took a tire in the door and kept going and kept his position.
And a little surprised he would try that pass on the outside because that's what got him into the tire pack at the outside of 6A in yesterday's race.
These first two guys are pushing each other to the max. Another fastest lap of the race for them, 139.75, a 67 behind him for Bell.
Yeah, as you go back to Hocevar right there, you see that Noah Gregson has gone by him. So that track position actually worked out good for Noah.
Absolutely.
Gained a couple spots with that move.
Christopher Bell, boy, 2 races in a row where he's just in the right place at the right time. But don't forget, we have one more pit stop to come.
Well, we saw Bell drive right up to the rear bumper of Kyle Busch. And as we talk in a lot of these places that we go, the front end of the race car just doesn't turn as good when you get close. So he's going to have to be right there when Kyle Busch makes a mistake.
Allmendinger and SVG just aren't making work of Briscoe yet.
Better than the pace of Kyle Busch's car. It's going to be a tough pass.
35 laps to go. Today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear.
I have an Allmendinger had probably the best car there in the last run. Lost that track position.
View of Circuit of the Americas.
Now he's trying to get by Briscoe, Mr. Take up every fucking lane on the track.
Back to what Rudy Fugle told William Byron just a few laps ago. Yeah, the window's open for everybody to make it to the end. And, of course, we saw Michael McDowell pit about 3 laps ago. But Steven Duran just showed Shane Van Gisbergen, that's 10 laps on your tires. I want to run 10 more. I think the whole repercussion is they don't want to have to run 35, 36, 37 laps on their tires. So I think that's why they're going to run a little further.
Just move his ass, Allmendinger. Jesus, dude. That dude just going to block you the whole fucking time.
Now I wonder, will they
just dump him?
They did earlier.
There you go. Get to the inside.
The dive to the inside by Allmendinger. Now, is there an advantage to pitting together? Is there an advantage to not pitting on the same lap?
I think it's an advantage of just hitting your marks and making no mistakes, minimizing mistakes, and that might mean pitting different.
Dude, you're just going to have to move his ass, Allmendinger.
But if one of those top 3 pits,
you're losing so much time by freaking blocking Briscoe.
That's exactly right.
All right, we're going to step away as we come to 34 to go, but we're going to go Fox side by side. So drivers head for pit road. You won't miss a thing.
I just dump his ass, to be honest. Runs you wide, blocks every lane on the track for no reason. Like, why are you holding somebody up this point of the race, dude? You're going to lose, what, 2 positions to SVG and Allmendinger? Instead of losing 80 seconds to the leaders because you're just blocking? It makes no sense. Some people just don't race with their heads, man. I'm telling you. I think Allmendinger just now got by Briscoe. I want to see if Allmendinger has anything for Bushin. Oh, and then Briscoe's going to try and push you back after he blocked you for 15 fucking laps, dude. Jesus, man. Some people's kids, man. Smooth Brained LLC. Who's joining that group this week? Daniel Suarez, for sure. Chase Briscoe, might as well add him to that list. Briscoe, by blocking, cost himself and everybody behind him at least 5 seconds to the lead. For no freaking reason, dude. No reason. He just took himself completely out of contention by blocking. He's turned it into a 3-car race now. What an idiot. Oh, that's a corner cut by Prix, 100%. Oh, never mind. That's turn 6. Get him, SVG. Cross him over. Yep.
Roars into Phoenix, Arizona. Friday, ARCA Menard Series racing begins at 8 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Saturday, NASCAR Xfinity Series racing begins at 5 p.m. Eastern on the CW. Sunday, it's NASCAR Cup Series action on FS1 at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Check your local listings or go to NASCAR.com for the latest tune-in information.
Sounds like there's a lot of investors.
32 laps to go.
Yeah, there is. You have like 100 commercial breaks.
For 5th place. Allmendinger just ahead.
Yeah, these two guys have been going at it right here.
He was blocking him, holding him up there. And
I know. Briscoe just needs to get the fuck out of the way. He's just been blocking everybody. He's got no talent. He's in a car with freaking more freaking speed than God itself and zero freaking talent to back it up.
Like you say, now he wound up fighting there, and Briscoe cost himself 2 spots and one extra.
Finally had enough and pushed him up out of the way in 20, and then Reddick got around him too.
Briscoe single-handedly just eliminated like an entire field from the race. It's now it's a 3-car race now.
8 drivers, second through 8,
He's a moron.
Every one of them has been to victory lane since Kyle Busch's last win.
Some people,
it's been interesting to see the gap kind of come and go as these guys have gone through the laps. A lot of times I can't tell if Kyle Busch is better or worse. I'm sorry, Christopher Bell is better or worse, but I think his car is better if he can actually just make the pass and get some clean air.
He makes a run at him, just like you said, gets right to his bumper, can't do anything with him, and it's like his brain and his mind's telling him, all right, back up, let's save our tires, and then he runs right back to him. But make no mistake, these two have done everything on this racetrack but win. They've been second, they've been third. These guys got a win coming. There's been 4 different winners at this race. Can they add their name to the list? One of these two.
Now, the ebb and flow of these two leaders indicates to me that Christopher Bell is not showing everything he has.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, Mike. I mean, that's why it's hard to tell. And I
think why it's fun to watch.
Some of that is this racetrack because it has such different sections of the racetrack where you go up the hill, you have heavy braking, sharp corners, and then you dive down into 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's got that flat flow of the S's. So really what you want in those sharp corners and the forward drive corners is a lot different than probably what you would want out of your car in the S's.
Well, I think they're giving you all they got. The biggest thing is they've still got a stop here, and that's going to the mistakes from within. Look how much they're cutting that corner off now. That's the stop is going to make the difference in the end of this race.
I don't think there's a more motivated driver on this racetrack than Kyle Busch. I want my kids to see me as a winner. He has said he won a truck race this season. Some would say taking candy from the kids in the truck series. Some would also say yesterday Connor Zilisch stole all the candy from the grown-ups in the Xfinity series. Okay, that's racing.
Oh my God, Mike Biden, Joy, you were insufferable.
Kyle Busch has been to victory lane.
What the hell are you talking
Premier
about?
Series, the one he races in
Mike
every week.
Biden Joy at it again.
Wants to score.
Well, it's been 1 for the other one, so let's see who wins.
1 week, right?
Rear tires are going away.
There it is. Rear tires are going away. How many laps more will they go?
Well, I think that's going to be the interesting part. But as these cars start to wear the tires, I mean, the workload just continues to go up, and you're kind of managing the slide of the cars as you go through the corner. We've had a lot of foot cams today and been able to watch the footwork on the braking zone. But now that we have this camera right here, you're going to see these guys work the wheel, and as they go up the hill into turn 1, this is a corner where you have to turn your head all the way, and you don't really pick up the apex. When you're looking to the left, you don't really pick that apex up until you're about halfway into the turn towards it because it's such a sharp corner.
I'm not sure these two exchange Christmas cards. They do have a history together.
Yeah, it was here.
Here's a look at it. Yep. That was 3 years ago, and this was last year.
That was dumb. I don't know what that was doing on that one.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just what happens when you're racing in the front. But Kyle Busch, he was not happy about the way that the last one went in 2024. So he voiced his displeasure with Christopher Bell after the race.
"29 laps to go." And these two, who, as Clint pointed out, both set their fastest laps of the race at lap 60, 6 laps ago. Christopher Bell has the fastest lap of the race, followed by Busch, Byron, and Reddick.
You heard how rough it is right there as you come off of 19. You hear that car bounce over the bumps and actually touch the rev limiter.
I want to give a shout out to Justin Haley right here, running in the top 10. Great effort out of his camp. holding a pretty wheel out there. Justin Haley, top 10.
Well, we've talked about Spire. We've talked a lot about Carson Hocevar, my old crew chief. Rodney Childers is the crew chief on this particular car. So I have some good conversations with them and the things that they've been doing to try to make their race cars better. And we've seen some crashed race cars from Justin in the first 3 events that we've covered, but today has been a solid day and definitely has more speed in their cars than they had last year for sure.
Well, he's the leader of the Young Guns category, drivers 25 years of age and younger. He had a runner-up on the road course at Chicago in 2023.
To SVG.
All right, Bubba Wallace getting that final pit stop here.
I feel like that's still a little early for this final stop.
Quickly in and out, that'll begin the pit cycle.
Well, let's not forget all the struggles that the 8 car has had on pit road. This will be the most important pit stop that they've had over the year to execute correctly.
With a lot of pressure on them.
This week, Fox College Hoops Friday tips off at 8 Eastern with a Big Ten showdown. 20th ranked Purdue looks to stake their claim for the conference crown against UCLA. Look back at our pole sitter, Tyler Reddick. He's in 6th place, 9 seconds off the lead. A little further back in 8th, we hear Ross.
Allmendinger's kind of cutting a little bit of that lead off. Oh, Byron's down.
And
Here
here's
comes
William
Reddick.
Byron in the pit lane. And Tyler Reddick. Business is picking up.
And 19 and the ones coming. Briscoe and Chastain.
Josh?
Well, for Ross Chastain, we're running in the top 10 for most of the day. His only complaint about that car is it's a little too tight right now. 4 tires for him on that stop.
Scheduled pit stops under green to get you to the finish.
And I would think this will pull the rest of them the next lap, wouldn't you, Larry?
I would think so, Clint. These drivers right here, they got about 16 laps on their tires. They're going to have to go 27. We've already heard about drivers complaining about the rear tires are gone. That's one reason I think they wanted to stretch this run a little longer, is to not have to run that many laps to the end.
Well, and the guys up front, they have a little bit of space to burn, Clint. You know, even if you're giving up a second or a second and a half a lap, you've got some time to burn, and that gap between the first several cars is pretty big from 4th on back.
We're hearing the leader may come this time, and that would be with 26 to go.
Money stop, Clint.
Yes, it is.
How is KFB going to choke it?
Come.
First gear, all blue.
Down to pit road speed and on the way to...
Bell stays out.
Bell staying out.
Well, we heard them mention that strategy that they want to run a little bit longer to get some fresher tires. Caitlin?
Well, Kyle Busch, you see him coming in. He's been pretty quiet on the radio. The main feedback he says is it takes too long to fire and get going. That's what Kyle Busch has said. Quiet otherwise as we approach potentially ending that 59 race streak for the A team, guys.
Oh, I like that stop. No
stop.
apparent mistakes. A clean stop, just what they needed.
Do not speed.
So
Justin Haley on pit road.
Yep, Haley makes a stop. Christopher Bell staying out, trying to pit 1 lap later, get himself 1 lap fresher tires for this run to the finish than Kyle Busch is going to have.
Well, you look back at Allmendinger and SVG having those fresher tires as they get towards the end of this race. If a caution or something does come out, or just being able to capitalize on the speed of the tires, it all just depends on the circumstances of the end of the race. And I think from 3rd, 4th,
It's really just a 5-car race.
Figured that they needed a little help.
Bell, Byron,
anyway, so why not
Busch,
take a chance?
Allmendinger, and Glizzy.
This is the race, and that's exactly the decision. I mean, that's a lot of laps on the racing to go, like Larry alluded to, and I want my tires to be good at the end of this.
Well, the best news for Kyle Busch is that he came out in front of a whole pack of cars that were already on the racetrack, and now he's at the head of that group, so he should be able to have clear track and minimize his time or maximize his time gained on these new tires instead of being stuck in the middle of a pack trying to pass.
Here comes Allmendingus.
Allmendinger in the pit lane, and again, Christopher Bell goes by and stays on the racetrack. Regan?
Mike, after that last restart, A.J. Allmendinger thought that maybe he had a little bit of an issue with the front steering after some contact on that restart. Otherwise, he has been abnormally quiet on the radio all day long. Hasn't said much about the car other than he liked it after he needed front turn early on.
So Allmendinger is away. Now Kyle Busch is the first of those who stopped. We saw Blaney go through.
Last year, Bell did this same thing. He ran long and almost ran down the leader, the eventual leader, William Byron.
Well, and right now, that's why they're telling Kyle Busch that he needs to maximize everything that he can with these laps.
They're bringing Bell in this time.
Clear racetrack to match everything that Christopher Bell can do on his tires. So it's, you know, it's a game of time right now.
And you saw in the pits, they're waiting on Christopher Bell this time. Clear racetrack ahead of Kyle Busch.
Gosh, he got so lucky right there with the positioning of where he came out compared to that pack of cars.
Here he comes, pitting this time. Christopher Bell, you
first gear, 9 red.
So Bell led 2 laps and now comes in for what should
SVG
be his
stays
final
out
of the day. Caitlin?
Yeah, talking to crew chief Adam Stevens earlier, he was very complimentary of Christopher Bell's road course prowess with those 2 road course wins that he's had, but he's been very quiet, except saying the rear tires are going away. Remember, he was a runner-up at this race a year ago, trying to improve that by 1 spot.
Alex Bowman, course limits turn 4 as his tough day continues. Denny Hamlin on pit road.
So right there, Clint, you see SVG ran a 141.3 and Kyle Busch ran a 140.13. So.
And I'm glad you said that, because the last lap of the 20 car was in the 142-second bracket, way off the pace. So I figured they were coming that time, and it was. He was falling off too much. SVG, to your point, still is running a good lap time.
So before pit stops, Busch and Bell, when they were right together, they are now separated by 6.5 seconds. That's how much Kyle Busch has made up with fresh tires over these last couple of laps.
Yeah, and Bell fell into that group that we were talking about. Kyle Busch.
I don't think the overcut's the way to go here. It's just not looking like it's going to pan out. Byron was the first one to pit, and look how much he closed up on Busch. Last one to pit was Bell, and he's way back.
Reminiscent of the last race here. That's a lot of racing left, 24 laps to go.
Now, Austin Cindric has had a horrible weekend since practice. Did not qualify well, said it's the worst car he has ever had, and raced in the mid-30s the whole first half of this race. But through pit cycling, he's now up into the top 5. He was last on pit road at lap 41, trying to make the best of what had been a bad day.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned him, because it'll be short-lived, Mike.
Absolutely.
But they, you know, you would expect Austin to be really good on the road courses, and they have had, we thought they were okay in practice, best of the Fords probably, but they have really struggled since the qualifying session all the way into the race.
Ryan Blaney got us up to 2nd spot before making his stop.
Larry, is it surprising you that Van Gisbergen is staying out this long?
Yeah, the only thing I can figure that Steven Duran is trying to do is basically split it in half. That way he's not having to run a lot of laps on either set of tires. But the downside, and I know cautions have been few and far between, the downside, if a caution comes out, his day is done. His day is done to these guys that just pitted for 4 fresh tires.
Well, I don't think they thought they could win, Larry. I think that they just were like, hey, we got to do something different, because they were just too far behind. And you know, if this
well, they could thank Briscoe for that.
To the end of this run and those tires fall off a cliff, that might be his only chance.
And we're hearing a couple more laps before he will make his stop. Van Gisbergen, that is.
And Mike, that'll about split it in half right there. That'll be very close to it.
I think it's going to surprise these other cars that fall off. We haven't seen this many laps run all day, and you told us that, Larry. I like this call. I think the back half of this run is going to be very important to have speed. And it might play right into his favor as well as Bell.
So Van Gisbergen is going to need to run, let's say, 5, maybe 6 less laps on his tires than Kyle Busch. Kyle's going to have to get 26 laps out of this set of tires.
Still there.
Without abusing them. And we're told they're not going to wait. Van Gisbergen will come in this lap.
Well, you see Shane going through turn 2 right here, so it's definitely.
Sure? Yeah, copy.
Yeah.
That's what you want to stay out.
Feels pretty good up here leading all by myself. You sure?
And guys, he's complained the entire race, not good on fresh tires and low air pressure.
Well, one thing that will help that is clean air, and I think it'll be interesting to see where he comes out on the racetrack, because I have a feeling he's going to be right in the middle of that group that Christopher Bell was in because of the time that he's lost. So he's going to wind up somewhere in that traffic.
Josh Berry on pit road and Van Gisbergen this time.
Green flag stop certainly won't help the case of being slow taking off, because you don't have the chance to build the air pressure up under a caution, stage in, or something like that.
So the only cars in the top 10 that have not made this pit stop are Van Gisbergen, Austin Cindric, and Todd Gilliland.
Well, it's certainly given up a lot of speed. It's not going to necessarily be a good scenario unless this thing runs green all the way through and he's able to make up the difference.
Moderating pit road speed. 16-second lead coming in on Kyle Busch. Here's Regan.
Mike Laramack is exactly right. He has in particular been complaining ever since this set of tires went on the car that there was no grip anywhere. He did finally report to crew chief Stephen Doran at the end of that run that it was starting to come to him, starting to feel pretty good overall for the lack of grip that he has had. They'll do 4 tires here.
Be ready. Be ready. Go hard, 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 hard. All the way, all the way. Remember your zone.
All right, he leaves his pit stop in 3rd spot, but about 5 cars are going to overhaul him before he gets out on track and up to turn number 1.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, was he was going to fall into that pack that Christopher Bell fell in, but he's going to fall all the way to the back of that pack behind Todd Gilliland and Chase Briscoe.
He's way
right
back.
there. So now he's got several more cars that he's going to have to work his way through to even have a chance, but it's going to be tough.
It's a 3-car race.
On worn tires, hasn't been to pit road since lap 47.
Thanks to Briscoe.
But everybody else has.
Can't go Briscoe.
So Kyle Busch back to the lead. Byron 2.3 back. Christopher Bell 5 back. Allmendinger 10. And Reddick 11. Now, thanks to Toyota, we're going to stay right here for commercial-free racing from Austin. Let's go Toyota all out.
Toyota all out. Which is kind of BS because it was
Riding
not
with
going to be a
Christopher Bell,
commercial.
5 seconds off the lead right now. His pit stop at lap 71. The last among the lead group, absent Shane Van Gisbergen, who came in at 74. Tyler Reddick started from the pole as 2311 swept the front row, driving in tandem on their qualifying
Reddick has
lap,
not been a
and
factor all day.
Bubba Wallace almost getting into the back of Reddick a time or two in qualifying.
And we didn't really know where Tyler Reddick's car was going to wind up on the long run, but he has definitely been off a little bit more on the long run than I'm sure they even thought they were going to be. But Chase Briscoe, he's had a great day. We've seen him battling hard, sometimes probably a little more than he needs to, but they've done a good job.
Much needed turnaround for this team from the first 2 races.
Now Briscoe still with that spoiler penalty from Daytona under appeal. Bubba Wallace did not much care for this track, but he was a lot happier about it yesterday after he won the outside of the front row for today's race, and he's worked his way solidly back up in the top 20.
He threw his race away with that
30
corner.
seconds back of the leader.
Never recovered.
So Bell has kind of been holding station here at about 5 seconds behind the race leader. That gap varies by half a second either way. A look at Ty Gibbs, who is in 23rd on the lead lap, 38 seconds out of the front spot, and last pitted on lap 69. Toyota Gazoo Racing determined to push the limits on the racetrack.
Hamlin's car just looks like it got out of a war, dude. That thing is beat to hell.
History of high performance success.
Toyota is competing under the global Toyota Gazoo Racing banner starting this season. The Gazoo Racing brand has achieved success globally through Akio Toyota's pursuit of using motorsports to test and refine vehicles under extreme track conditions. At select races this year, fans can check out the GR Garage, which highlights Toyota's commitment to pushing the limits on the track to build ever better vehicles. Wherever Toyota races, Toyota Gazoo Racing competes as one, with every lap, every stint, and every race focused on building better vehicles.
You know, the number 99 IMSA GTP car was fielded by Dan Gurney's team. In his driving years, Gurney was NASCAR's ultimate road course ringer. He ran 9 races at Riverside, California in the 60s up through 1970. He won 5 of those 9, mostly for the Wood brothers.
Well, here's the story. The story is your leader and then Christopher Bell. Keep an eye on this. This gap is shrinking, and it should. He stayed out a couple more laps on tires, and his tires are definitely newer, and he's running them down. Will that last? Will they keep running them down?
Well, he's knocked a second out of Busch.
SVG got back by Can't Go Briscoe. But he's 15 seconds back. I mean, it's just the strategy didn't work.
With Briscoe now.
Well, we know he has the biggest tire advantage of anybody in the field with as long as he waited to pit. So made quick work of Briscoe right there.
That 15-second gap is a lot, though. Well, yeah, 15 seconds.
Yeah,
12 on me right there.
And like we talked, I mean, they knew that they didn't have a chance to win, so they wanted to put themselves in a position to where, you know, if something happens at the end of this race, they had better tires, and that was going to be their best shot. And he'll probably get pretty close to where he was on the racetrack regardless, but he's way behind compared to...
Imagine how this race would have played out without the stage cautions, dude.
Reddick alongside Allmendinger. This will be for 4th place.
Settle in here, man. Settle in. P5.
And Allmendinger with 2 lap fresher tires than Reddick, but unable to take advantage there.
Well, I can tell you 9/10 of a second on that lap is how much quicker Christopher Bell was than Kyle Busch. The thing that we don't know is Kyle saving some tire? Is he trying to put himself in a position to make sure that he's in a good spot at the end of this race? So we don't know that, but we just see the time shrinking.
What we do know is Christopher Bell just ran his fastest lap of the race.
By a lot.
He's went to the whip, right? I mean, we're off the turn 4 and going for it at a horse race, but can it last? There's still 18 laps to go.
Well, he doesn't need to.
I don't know.
Don't abuse those tires.
And he doesn't need to waste a bunch of time. Oh!
Whoa!
Wow.
That's a caution. Austin Dillon's going to be stuck.
That car's in the gravel.
Yeah, he's stuck.
Stuck
in the gravel.
Yeah,
that's a caution.
In the 11.
Oh, big time stuck.
Racing for 20th place.
There's the yellow.
And Denny Hamlin.
Changes everything.
That's high-sided. That's not coming out of there without the hook.
Bobbed it in there and locked up both fronts and wiped you out.
All right, Kevin. Now who is a benefactor of that?
He's just burying himself more.
SVG. Those softer tires.
SVG's going to be a factor again, boys.
The fresher tires, you know, I think for
Chain Tangle Lizzie Gisbergen.
Hoping for. They knew that they weren't going to catch up because of how far they were behind. Now they've put themselves in a position for a tire advantage.
The question is, have they made the right adjustments today to give him fire-off speed? That car has not been that quick on restart.
But that's not the case anymore. He doesn't need to take the fire-off speed. That was low air pressure. In my opinion, it was low air pressure. That's back out the window. He's been running laps.
Okay. NASCAR will get Austin Dillon out of the kitty litter there. Here's what happened.
Denny just sent. Oh my God, Denny is a freaking hack, bro. What was that? Kyle Busch just got smooth brained by his own teammate. No, dude, it wasn't even. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. He was the caution, but Denny Hamlin, dude, that was the most scripted bullshit I've ever seen, dude. That was just scripted as hell, dude. Like, I've never seen anybody just turn right in a left-hand corner before. This race is just straight up smooth-brained LLC freaking come-out party, dude.
Elevated cozy we call cozy. A higher state of comfort.
Like, everybody just freaking pulling out the dumbass belt today. I'm a bigger dumbass. No, I'm a bigger dumbass. Now watch this. I'm the biggest dumbass.
New downy comfy cozy.
Dude, you know how many wrecks we're gonna have now, dude? They're gonna pile them up into turn 1 like 80 times for the rest of this race, dude. It's gonna turn into a shit show.
Smooth survival skills. If you encounter one wolf, chances are there's a pack nearby.
Absolute shit show incoming. I'm just still pissed off at Suarez, dude. That just ruined this entire race for me. I mean, I just can't believe how stupid he is. And then to get out of the car and have no self-awareness of how stupid he is. All right, well, who's getting sent into turn 1? That's a lot of people pitting. Holy cow. I don't see the benefit. You're just going to get wadded up into turn 1 anyway. Yeah, Zilisch just got screwed by his dumbass teammate. And then Denny just turns right into a left-hand corner. What a dumbass, man. Smooth-brained LLC freaking convention, dude. Dear God. Dear God. Oh, God. They're calling Chastain out again. We're going to have a freaking pile up into turn 1. I don't know what you mean physical. It's going to be absolutely freaking clownery. Let's see how many more people get signed up for the Smooth Brain LLC club, man. Then you got Harvick patting himself on the back.
Any further, I think 9's it, Clint.
Yeah, I'd say that's it, old buddy.
I'm sorry, Clint. Russell handed me the stat, and I thought we had a Quinella going here, but
what?
Well, it's 9 for Kevin, and
what did you call it?
You and I have none. That's a Quinella. It's a horse racing term where you pick the first 2.
We've lost control.
Caitlin.
Yes.
Well, Mike, I'm with Randall Burnett, crew chief for Kyle Busch. He's in pretty good position right now. How impressed have you been with your driver's efforts today and the whole team as a whole?
Yeah, Kyle's done a great job today. We've had a really fast Chevy Rebel Bourbon Camaro. You know, it's been a great day for this 8 team. Great weekend, honestly. We unloaded and we weren't very fast right off the truck, so we all put our heads together and worked really hard on this thing and got us a really good car. You know, it's gonna unfortunate to see that caution. I think the 20 was a little bit better than us. He's got a couple lap fresher tires, and that 88's got the freshest tires. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to be,
we'll see what happens here.
Exciting.
Kyle Busch is going to get KFB'd.
Kyle's done a great job, and this team's done a great job. So hopefully
You've just
we can
been
pull it
bit
off
by a
see
smooth brain.
Thank you. Kyle Busch looking to end that 59 race winless streak, guys.
Well, Randall knows what he's talking about. He's got one of the best in the business as far as aggression on restarts, and Kyle Busch is a driver, but there's all sorts of talk. We need to pay attention to the choose here. Will William Byron take that front road? What do you think, Kevin? Do you want the outside? You know they're going to be coming on the inside. Will you get shoved off the racetrack?
I don't want to be on the outside because this is getting ready to turn into a war.
So
this is what's getting
gonna
ready to
turn
happen,
into
full-blown
absolute
battle.
freaking garbage.
But I think that the inside gives you a position to be able to shove the guy off the
gonna
track
be a
instead of the one being shoved out in the gravel on the outside.
All right, they're sweeping
we're going to
pebbles
commercial.
away from the
Taking their sweet ass time to get this thing going again. Oh, who's ready for the turn 1 carnage fest? 'Cause that's what we're about to get. That's what we're about to get. It's going to be a shit show, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a shit show. SVG needs to get a better restart, though. He's had terrible freaking restarts today, man. I think if he can get a good restart here, get up a couple spots on the initial start, I think he's going to have something for him. But if he maintains or falls back, I think he's in trouble, man. 100%. We'll see how it all works out here. I feel like KFB is going to get screwed. There's no way KFB wins this race. I just don't see it. Just don't see it. Moo. Liberty. All right, we're back. We're on commercial.
Automotive Grand Prix on Fox, presented by Toyota.
Can we double them up already, guys? Can we get going?
Now, a couple of years ago, it took 3 overtimes to get this race finished. Turn 1.
Oh, it's going to be the same thing again.
Corner, Clint.
It was one after another. Vividly remember this, Kevin. I know you were in it somewhere, but we could not get them through turn 1. Caution after caution, attempt after attempt, and I think this is exactly what you're going to see again.
Yeah, I had gone to the back of the pack, and you just put yourself in a position to push the guy in front of you and shove him out of the way. So I think that we're getting ready for a pretty intense battle right here at the end of this race.
All right, we're going to set up for the choose.
SHIT show.
I feel like 3.
Here we go.
It's probably the spot to be here for 1, but what do you think? The lane gets jammed up, and it seems like it's almost worse. But if you're on the outside, you get shoved way wide. It's tough. I think 3, you're guaranteed to come out the other side. Yeah, I trust your judgment.
That's not what he chose.
No, it's not. But what he's talking about is, and we saw it with Ross, he tried to keep filling that hole. He just misjudged the speed and wound up going too fast and hitting the guy that was parked.
All right, Shane Van Glizzy, get on the wheel, bud.
I agree with Rudy.
You or KFB have got to win this race. I wouldn't mind Bell either, though.
And gained and lost. That inside clogs up as everybody.
I don't know. I just want to see freaking carnage at this point. I really don't care. Zilisch got screwed by a dumbass smooth brain LLC.
You're going to get pushed way out and be in trouble.
I think you're right on
Suarez
that
is a
row.
moron.
I think that now that I see
I'm
here
just
in
so
video, I
over
think that
Daniel
outside
Suarez.
is
The
gonna
experiment
launch
has
you,
come
I
and
think
it's
you're gonna
gone
be-
and it's failed.
You might be 3 wide, maybe
Pull the
4
plug.
wide, but you won't be 5 wide. Like
Send him
you're
back
gonna
to
be in the
Taco
middle of the
Bell.
pack here.
Mike, you heard it. You heard it. He finally said it.
You're right.
I was talking about Rudy.
All right, Van Gisbergen has the best tires. He was in lap 74. Bell's tires are 3 laps older than Van Gisbergen's. Allmendinger another lap older. Kyle Busch another lap older. Byron and Reddick 2 more laps older.
Van Gisbergen is definitely on the best tires right here in a very good race.
Yeah, but he's going to get screwed.
Violation for Bubba Wallace from 21st. Here we go.
There you see it. That outside lane. We're already even.
SVG just cannot restart for shit.
Will anybody try to dive in? Here's Bell to the inside.
This is very orderly. Van Gisbergen shoots the middle.
SVG! SVG!
Then Allmendinger got in the back of him, made it worse.
Van Gisbergen got Tyler
He had to
Reddick,
lift.
gave him a bump and passes him back.
They all got through somehow.
How about Noah Gragson up there for 7th to challenge the leaders?
And Bell was all sorts of sideways going through there. Great restart by Kyle Busch. He knew it was going to be. He answered that call.
Oh,
Bro, big wreck.
And more. Josh Berry is involved in it. Zane Smith, but they get going again.
What a bunch of idiots.
No caution.
Smooth brain idiots.
Well, for those guys up front, I don't think that could have gone any smoother. And I think from those replays that we watched, the restart zone got changed because of all those restarts. That
SVG moved to Reddick.
zone is further back, so most of the pack
Oh, get out of here, Red Dick.
Again, Shane's just not being able to get his takeoff speed is off. He struggles to take off. His jump wasn't.
Oh, look at Lyle. Oh, my God.
Positions with those better tires.
Ross Chastain moving up.
Oh, SVG made a mistake.
As Busch brings them up the front straightaway with Bell in tow.
SVG lost a lot of ground.
Prior to the caution flag and the pit stop.
It's gonna be teammates. Briscoe.
Oh, it's can't go Briscoe. Of course it's Briscoe. What a freaking idiot. That guy's a moron.
Unfortunately, his teammate right there was the one that
Can't go Briscoe.
got the bad end of it.
2 laps quicker.
It was absolutely smooth-brained idiot.
He's right on his back bumper. Larry, what do you got?
Well,
SVG down to 11th.
So far in the first 83 laps.
Damn.
But when you look at the 3 races here at COTA with the Gen 7 car the last 3 years, the final caution has come with 11 laps to go. You showed it a couple of years ago. We've actually had 2 overtimes, but forget all the numbers, guys. My experience, when you tell a driver at a road course with 10 laps to go,
Oh, and then Chastain's off.
inside the helmets.
Well, we got sparks. We got sparks in the helmets. Got sparks off the side of these race cars. See Logano and Chastain.
Chastain's still off.
Off the pace, or off the track. Now Van Gisbergen looking at his inside.
SVG moves Chastain. Oh, that just SVG is gonna get moved.
That 12 was pretty close to him as well. Man,
These guys are idiots, man. They're just running each other over.
Stack up there. Now they're 3 wide.
Chase Elliott, how about him? He's back. Boy, this would be a huge turnaround. If he can get back in the top 10 and get himself a top 10 out of this.
What a battle here for 7th on back.
Man, look at Shane.
Chase Elliott came and got tires on that last caution.
Thank you, Larry. And Alex Bowman right with him.
That's a freaking hustle back there.
Find out how much Christopher Bell has left in the tank and if he was holding anything back, because time is running out. 11 to go as they come by.
And I think, as you see, Kyle Busch missed right there.
KFB messed up.
Slip up out of your leader.
That's going to give Christopher Bell the opportunity as we get through these S's, if he can keep his car in the right spot, to have a dive into 6.
Here's the setup. Will he dive to the inside?
Here he comes. Not close enough.
Just not close enough.
Yeah, but I think he's definitely got a better race car. Right now he's at the deficit of being behind Kyle Busch with the aero side of things, but his car is substantially better, I think, Clint.
Under braking especially, that's where I'm seeing him beating him. He's driving into the corners harder than
And I would say that has something to do with the tire advantage.
And if they keep this up, it'll draw William Byron right to them.
And the longer that this takes for Christopher Bell, the harder it's going to be to take advantage of him, as he has to do things that are offline and try to make the passes and being harder on his car. So you could see that advantage fade quickly. But still, right now, I would say that he definitely has a better race car. With those
Way to go, Briscoe. Yep. Briscoe is a freaking moron. He's just pissed me off this whole race.
Place where Kyle Busch slipped wide. I don't see anywhere on this track where he's at a disadvantage to Bell. Bell's going to have to find himself an advantage.
Oh, 10 to go.
He's going to have to keep applying the pressure, force him into a mistake, which is what you had there.
Spinner at 20.
Be close enough to him. That's Kyle Larson.
Larson. Hung money.
Kyle Larson.
Hung money.
He's right on him again through the S's.
And Larson is not refired. Not sure if that'll draw a caution or not. He's still trying to crank that car and get it going.
Here's the setup into 6 again. Looking to the inside with Kyle Busch.
All right, Larson gets away.
Yeah, and I think at some point you're going to have to use the front bumper right there to
Hung money.
To check him up, to get him along, to get up alongside of you.
Well, Kyle's certainly leaving the door open in that 6A right there. That's the passing zone, and that's where Christopher Bell really closes in on him. I think he's through 6, where we were talking earlier. He's cutting that track a little bit more and straightening himself up for the entrance of 6A.
Well, you can't take too long right here, Mike. If you're to the bumper and you're 10 laps from the end of the race, you've got to use the front bumper.
Freaking Lyle, dude, running in 6th.
You're going to start losing those opportunities.
Unbelievable.
If the car starts going away.
Unbelievable.
Once he gets into Busch's bumper, that is going to put William Byron right on top of the both of them.
Bingo. And he's already there. He shrunk the gap a lot. 140.16 to 140.40 on the leader right there. Byron.
Nice run for Gregson in 6th. Haley in 7th. Logano is up to 8th. And Gisbergen has slid to 10th behind Chastain.
Well, that's as close as the 20 car has been off of turn 20.
Looking to the inside again.
Here it comes. Oh, Bell missed it.
He almost wrecked. You're good.
Missed it. And here's Byron for the taking, but man, That was close. About wiped them both out. That'd have been big.
Clear.
Handed it to
Take
Byron.
it off. Go get him. We're good.
I was saying he was better under braking, and I saw him. See how much he's cutting that corner off and setting himself up, carrying a lot of speed to 6A.
He's better everywhere, and when you see him get further back, it actually makes it look worse because he gets more air on the front of the car, and you really see the speed of the car.
Let's see it again here. Coming up the hill to turn 1.
Bell almost wiped them both out.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's where he locked it up and finally had to lift off the brakes. That's the only thing you can do. When they lock up like that, the only fix is not a good answer because it means you're going faster.
Yeah, and he's going to get right back there. He's going to have to make something happen.
For me, I think he needs to set himself up, be good where he's at, and that's that passing zone in 6. Be there through the S's, put the pressure on him. Kyle Busch is a little bit slower, tells me he's struggling a little bit in the speed of those S's laterally with his rear grip, and that's going to set him up for the pass. Just be there.
And leaving turn 1, I thought Byron would complete that pass on Bell. Just shows you just how quick that
The
20
car's
car is.
slipping and sliding now.
Patience with Byron.
Well, you saw the back end of that A car slide off of turn 19 right there as he went over the curb.
Still a lot of racing left. This isn't the last lap. 8 laps to go. That's a long time around this place.
Tyler Reddick closing in from 3.5 seconds back. Then it's Allmendinger.
Go back to the battle back there. I saw like 2-3 cars side by side there. What the hell?
Kyle Busch has done a great job today. Had that car up front all day long. Hasn't slipped the wheel very often. Minimum mistakes out of the 8 camp all day long in the pits and on the racetrack. There he's cut that corner off like Bell. But look how much Bell's
lockup.
that gap up again. He is so good through the S's.
Christopher Bell, I mean,
Entry arcs and set him up. Pass him in the passing zone. You can do it.
sounds so easy.
It is. Set him up. Now I'm looking for the next one. Where's that at, Kevin? Get close to him through 20. Set yourself up for the top of the hill in turn 1.
Yeah, I think you want to surprise him right here in 15. He short shifted to keep from spinning the rear tires. I think as we go into 15 right here, into 16, you want to surprise him into 20. That would be one of the options. I mean, I think he's got as much faster as his car is. I think he's going to have several options as we get closer to the end.
Hey, catching Kyle Busch is one thing. Passing him's the other. That's a cagey veteran behind the wheel of that car.
Yeah, we see Kyle move back down. That's as low as he's been through 19 to go over that curb.
There it is. All right, he got the run of 20. Now he's close. Will he take another dive at him?
2 car lengths separate the leaders as they climb the hill. 7 to go.
Bell's gonna throw it in here, dude. 100%. Here comes Bell. Oh, contact. Just not able to get it happening, man. KFB, this is KFB's race, bro. Oh, here comes Bell. Oh. Oh, dude, KFB's got it, bro. Watch this shit, bro. He's got it, dude.
There's 6A again.
Actually, you know, you're probably right. Bell's gonna end up wrecking them both, and Byron's gonna win. How a Byron wins every race, it feels like nowadays.
Definitely on defense right now, and William Byron's hoping, hey man, I hope you guys get together so I can just drive right on by.
Make this easy for me.
It's happened here before.
And that's where you really start to see things happen. When you see the wide line that Kyle Busch is having to take, and Christopher Bell can keep that.
Valiant effort, but at least he can get a top 5. No, KFB's gonna win, bro. Come on, KFB.
I would not be surprised to see him lay a bumper to him, but there has been history here between these two.
I would have already done it, Clint. I think you gotta.
Better be careful biting that bull.
Dude, Reddick's sneaking in here quietly, bro. Like, I don't think they've even talked about him yet, but Reddick's closing in.
Against winner last week.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motivation riding up front there.
And I think Christopher Bell, like Clint is saying, he knows that. He knows that Kyle's going to do everything that he can do.
It's going to be a 4-car battle, dude. Red Dick is getting there.
Here we go again. The top of the hill.
Car length and a half this time as they pass us just past the exit of 20.
So much better under braking, but I don't think he's close enough. Now I want to set up Here comes 6 and 6A. Watch how much faster he is through the S's if he can stay on this way.
Seabell. Oh, contact!
Careful here. Here comes Byron.
That's going to cut a tire.
Well, that's the type of stuff that puts you puts yourself in a bad position, and then you put yourself at risk of getting a penalty through the S's.
Reddick is going to get there too, man.
Byron is now right there. This is a 3-horse race. Reddick is coming.
Reddick is coming. Okay, Mike Byton Joy.
From which one, Mike?
Yes.
They're all under crazy pressure. 8's holding on to this thing, holding them up and making his car wide. Oh.
Whoa! Oh, KFB made a mistake! No! Great paperwork! Show the bleachers why won't you, Fox? Fucking idiots!
Don't run them out too much. 24 on you pushing. You're clear. Trying to cross over right side quarter.
Come on, KFB, hang on. Hang on, KFB!
Christopher Bell has been everywhere except in Kyle Busch's trunk, trying to get by him.
Right here, Clint. You got to push him wide.
Left side.
KFB! Hang on to her, buddy.
No, and Kyle Busch now he needs to go right back at him with some sort of contact or something.
You're going to have to exit turn 1. Door to door with him.
Yeah,
or cross over. He might cross him over here. Byron's there.
Oh, man.
Oh, KFB gave it up. God damn it, man. KFB's broken or something, dude. There's something up with that car.
Yeah, he's had a lot of trouble in turn 2.
And Byron gets by.
Damn, KFB did everything he could, man.
Kyle Busch has led
That's
43
unfortunate.
laps.
Christopher Bell used a lot of stuff up getting around Kyle Busch. Keep an eye on William Byron. He's going to put the pressure.
It's a 4-horse race, dude. Reddick is in this now.
Talking about earlier, when you're that close, here we go.
What a race, dude.
Because of it closing in.
High half. He's on you tight. He's looking to your right. He's on you tight.
Reddick's car is extremely good. If he can get around.
Oh, contact!
Busch, he'll be right there.
Oh, Bell is in the. Oh my God! Here comes KFB! Come on, KFB! Get him back!
What I love is they have all run each other cleanly to this point.
Yeah, and you know they've rubbed on each other a little bit, and it's been a very.
Oh, and KFB just sucks through that section, man.
Bell, that's what you want to see in the rearview mirror. Reddick finally around Busch.
And a lot of times when you can just get a couple car lengths to catch your breath, get your rhythm back, get that car to drive up off the corner to get that little bit of a gap, then you can start to get back in a rhythm. But when you're beating and banging and passing in weird spots, it takes you out of that rhythm.
4 laps to go.
These guys ran first and second last year. Here's Reddick. You can see the speed in his car, the braking. Byron and Bell, first and second last year, the winner of the first 2 races. Can Reddick join the race here and add his name to a win?
Oh, Bell's sliding everywhere.
Just out of control, especially as they come through turn 5, transitioning on and off of that curb, just always pitches the car sideways.
KFB's just done, man. There's nothing left in that 8.
Get around Byron.
He drove his ass off, though.
Noah Gregson up into the top 5. Chastain 6th, and Van Gisbergen has rebounded to 8th. Chase Elliott in the top 10.
How about Noah Gregson running 5th?
Yeah.
Fucking Lyle.
Well, as we look over the top of the first 4 cars right there, we talk about it all the time, Clint. These 3 guys running at the front of the pack. You know, what are those moments? We've seen them win in great moments. We've seen them put themselves in the playoffs. What's it going to take for these 3 competitors to be championship winners? And part of that battle is being able to be good on the super speedways, the short tracks, the road courses. And here we are, all 3 of these guys that we've seen up front the first couple of weeks of the season. William Byron, Daytona 500 winner. Christopher Bell, last week's winner. Now we're on a road course, all up in the front of the pack.
The numbers are saying that Christopher Bell is the best defender all day long today.
Well, the lead two each have a win.
What numbers, Clint? What numbers are you reading? The best defender all day long. What does that even mean? What numbers? I want to see the sheet. Where's the stat sheet? I want to see it. God, boy, are you saying some stupid shit, man.
Meanwhile, Mr. Where did he come from? Noah Gragson in 5th is blowing me away. I mean, we were so focused on this battle for the lead that you missed Noah Gragson and even Chase Elliott making his way finally back to the top 10. Huge rebound for them.
Gragson with about a second and a half on Chase Elliott, 5th to 6th. Kyle Busch has come over the radio and said the right rear is done.
He gave it his all.
Sure did.
Yeah, he's slipping and sliding around big time. He just missed that corner.
And you saw it happening early. Oh, William Byron is right there. See the back.
Oh, Bell is just sliding now.
Underneath him.
You're pretty tight. By quarter. It's happy.
Bell is just defensive. He ain't got much left. Here comes Reddick.
On the outside for this corner, but
dude, I know, man. I feel so bad for KFB, man. I'm hoping these top 3 take each other out and KFB gets back in the freaking catbird seat.
It just doesn't ever seem like you can get the back of that car hooked back up, but William Byron is there.
Not a good lap for Christopher Bell. You're exactly right. Two to go.
Back.
Let's see if maybe a dive bomb. He's close enough. There it is, looking to the inside. Thought better of it.
Well, and what that did is it made
Bell took a terrible entry there.
Allow him to get a little shallower entry, and you're hoping that that will let you get a better exit off of the corner down into turn 2.
Gets him looking in that mirror and forces him into a mistake is what it does.
2 races in the book so far this year, and both were settled by a last lap pass. Will this be the 3rd in a row?
No pressure.
Good couple corners there by Bell.
Got some distance back in him. Not much, though. These guys are not going away easy.
Well, this is where he struggled the last lap.
Dude, Elliott's all the way back up to 5th, dude. That's crazy.
And a lot of times in this position, like Tyler Reddick is in, you're in kind of this battle with yourself. All right, do I put pressure on him to take the pressure off of the guy in the front and take a chance of
another little slip
of getting second, or do I want these guys to stay in front of me so that I have a chance of some contact and give him the best opportunity to get to the back bumper of Christopher Bell?
It's all going to come down to the launch off turn number 20 this time, and it'll be 1 to go. We put the caution light in bottom of the screen just in case, because after the leader takes the white flag, next flag, caution or checker, will end the race. Now the light is not on. That's a sun reflection.
He didn't get into 20 very good, but he got off.
A sun reflection on a freaking overlay. Come on, Mike Biden, Joel, you're better than that. Oh, the light's not on. It's a sun reflection. Yeah, on an overlay. A computer. What sun's hitting your freaking computer light, dude? The fuck? Dude, you can't make this shit up. They're just so stupid.
We're gonna set up for the end of these S's.
Dumb, dumber, and dumbest, man. Yeah, dude. Bruh, that was so stupid. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I mean, this race has just been who can out-dumbed who. The whole race. The whole race.
Only the last lap said, I love super speedways. Oh boy. What's he going to say about road courses today?
Well, he's going to have to survive 15. You see the back of the car right there.
He's on him.
He's going to have to survive 15, Clint.
Oh, this is a different stride. Now he's going to try to do the crossover. It gives him a good drive up off the corner as he's looking to the inside. Not close enough.
Well, he's close. He's as close as he has been.
One more chance.
And Reddick drifts back a bit. 19 and 20 for all the marbles.
Well, you saw
him over coming in at 20, the last corner, guys.
Christopher Bell went in shallow right there, so now he's got one last chance.
A defensive move. And here they come to the front straightaway.
See Bell.
Grabs a gear, and that is going to do it. Christopher Bell goes back-to-back super speedway road course winner.
And Chase Elliott somehow came back
Byron
up to
second,
fourth.
Reddick third. Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch.
Wow, how about Chase Elliott coming all the way back up to a top 5? Fantastic evening of that race.
Yes, sir, that is a winning streak, that's for sure.
That was a hell of a drive today.
That was a great race.
Yes, sir. Met his family in the infield while I was doing Tailgate Kings. His sister, all of his nieces and nephews, they were there. Great family, good kid. Hell of a race car driver.
Excellent job, guys. Excellent job. Thank you. 2 in a row, buddy. Great job.
Yep. I think we both said that in the offseason, dude. Christopher Bell's winning this championship this year.
You know the last time a driver won 2 of the first 3 races in a season? 2018.
Thanks for your help, fellas.
There you go.
Heartbreaker for Kyle Busch. Unbelievable drive out of him. He wanted it. He was close.
Well, the good news for Kyle Busch today is they executed on all ends of the race. And Kyle Busch's car, you could see him wide right there, wide all the way through 13, 14. And Christopher Bell's car was just, I mean, he just had better tires at this particular point. You see Kyle lock the inside tire up, bang fenders right there, and off he goes. For the final time in turn 1, Kyle did all he could do.
Christopher Bell's just unstoppable this year, man.
Led the most
He's gonna
laps,
win a
42
bunch of
laps led
races.
today. He'll be frustrated, but he keeps driving like that, and they keep giving him cars like this. He'll win a race.
Well, he's been in position to win.
Yep.
We can go all the way back to last year. They've been in position to win races. So if they just stay the course and clean up the mistakes like they did today, they're going to win some races.
It's the first time that Christopher Bell has won back-to-back races in his career. This is his 11th victory. And the 4th straight year in which he's won more than one race.
Well, these
I
guys
can't believe Lyles.
I mean, they're championship contenders. Clint and I,
What?
we've all talked about it, you know, and now they're winning on different styles of racetracks, and one on a super speedway. He never thought he could do that, but we've seen them have success, and when they continue having it early in the season on different styles of tracks, that's dangerous for the competition.
Unofficial results on the left. Looked like Van Gisbergen and Buescher made some gains there in the final couple of laps at the expense of Gregson. Bowman and Gilliland round out the top 10. I love that 3-way battle, and I love that they didn't run all over each other trying to make the pass.
Yeah, and honestly, when you look at that restart, I think we all anticipated it being a lot more aggressive than what it was. But I think that where the restart zone is, it kind of spread that out. And these guys all put on a great show.
They took care of one another. They raced each other clean. That restart could have been a disaster. We've seen it, and these guys are
What a race, though. That was one of the best races I've seen in a while in the Cup Series. Poor KFB, man.
Look at these faces. That's been a day's work out there.
Well, this is a full day's work for these drivers with all the shifting, the banging up and down on the rub blocks as you jump.
It actually felt like a legit race. Didn't feel so manufactured and bullcrap. I mean, yeah, the stage cautions. Felt like an old school race, man.
Christopher Bell led twice for 8 laps. And in that final run, had tires that were a couple laps better than William Byron, Kyle Busch, and Tyler Reddick, but got the job done today with a minimum of contact.
See Bell, 2025 NASCAR champion.
Christopher Bell, 2 straight wins on the season. Christopher, you finished 2nd here last year. What was the difference this year in terms of getting it done and getting that victory?
That was almost a deja vu of last year. I had the track position that time, and man,
Yep, Bell. Back-to-back wins this season. He's on another level this year.
I was just trying to be so cautious. Obviously, we know what happened last year. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to pass him clean. And he was just doing such a good job at running his race, and he could get off the corners just good enough that I couldn't get inside of him. But there I started, peeking a nose, and he bobbled and allowed me to get out front. And whenever I did, I'm like, okay, just don't beat yourself. And those are about the 5 or 6
Don't
sloppiest
beat
laps
yourself.
I've ever run. But just so happy for these guys right here. They've been on me hard about winning with them, and Tony, we got another one. So just super proud for everyone on this DeWalt number 20 team. We didn't count last week. Last week was a speedway. We didn't have that one circled, but we definitely have this one circled, and I'm ready to keep adding to it.
C. Bell, your winner at Circuit of the Americas.
Well, what a battle there at the end of the race. William Byron, unfortunately, coming up just a little bit short. I saw you get out of the car. You look exhausted. You were giving it your all. How close was that? What else did you need to do at the end there?
Yeah, it was really really close. Just
Byron.
Like the battle between
The look of
Kyle, I was
defeat.
just kind of sitting there waiting for one of them to bobble.
I
or
want the
slide the
KFB
tires.
interview. That's what I want.
Bell got by him, and I felt like once he got
Poor
clear, his
KFB,
car
man.
was super loose. And
I don't know if
kinda
we'll ever
gave me
see
a
him
couple
win
shots
again,
I'm like,
dude. It just
should've
feels
never
like
get
it
beside
just
him. And,
keeps getting away and away.
You know, we've always raced really well together, so I didn't want to like move him blatantly and all that kind of stuff. So just just sliding around a ton there at the end. We came a long way this weekend. Really proud of that. We were pretty far off the start and got ourselves obviously raceable and in a position to win. So just sucks to be so damn close, right? Like you can be on the bumper of the guy coming to the line. That sucks, but a lot of races ahead, and hopefully we can just keep bringing this speed, and it's a good start to our road course program. Still a little bit of work to do, but thanks to Raptor, Chevrolet, Exalta, Liberty, all of our partners. Been a good start to the year so far.
A lot of fun to watch. Thanks, William.
Those last 10 laps of 4 cars battling for the lead, some of the best road racing we've seen in NASCAR.
All right, well,
Christopher Bell prevails by a couple of car lengths.
I think I'm going to call it there, everyone. What a race. I enjoyed that one. That was fun. Those guys were slipping and sliding all over. Tires actually meant something at a NASCAR race. Dear Lord. Broadcast was god-awful. Trying to explain that a computer overlay had sun glare on it. Boyer saying, giving stats, saying Bell's the best defender with the stats show it. I would like to see that stat sheet because that seems inaccurate to me. But and then Daniel Suarez, an absolute freaking buffoon clown, as we see in the chat. Smooth-brained LLC. I mean, absolutely wipes out Connor Zilisch. What an absolute moron Daniel Suarez is. Way to go, Briscoe. Can't go, Briscoe. Absolutely freaking pissed me off tonight, too, being a dumbass. Denny Hamlin turns right into a left-hand corner. I don't know. Well, there's a lot to talk about on Tuesday's podcast, but overall, I thought it was a good race. I enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it, and it pissed me off at points, but at the end, we still got a great race, a great finish. Nothing more you can ask for. Different tire strategies, different tire management, slipping and sliding. Cars were tough to drive. That's what you want to see. Road racing in NASCAR is the best. Road racing. Let's get rid of Atlanta. Let's get rid of any other crappy ovals. Let's go to more road courses. I love it. We need more of it. And let's get rid of the stage racing as well. Other than that, I had fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to be a part of the channel, join our Discord. That link is in the description below to get all the drama, news, rumors, whatever it may be with all motorsports around the world. We cover it here on our Discord. Come join it. Post some of your own memes, drama news, whatever it might be, rumors. Meet a new friend. The greatest motorsports community on the internet right here at the Dega Boys YouTube channel. Also, all of our social medias are up on the screen as well as in the links, or the links are in the description below if you guys want to follow us over there, stay up to date with everything happening here. Also, if you want to support the channel even more, we have a merch store. We got all kinds of awesome merch in there. All those proceeds continue to help us make bigger and better content here for you guys on YouTube. This has been fun. Double watch parties today. We did the IndyCar race, and then we did the Cup race to cap it off here today. It has been fun. And make sure you guys tune in on Tuesday. Turn that bell notification on, and so you can catch our full Send Half-Ass podcast on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about all the races this weekend, from the banger Xfinity and Cup races at COTA, the banger IndyCar race at St. Pete, as well as the World Endurance Championship season opener at Qatar. All right, guys, that's everything. That's all I got for you tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the races with me here tonight, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good start to your week, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Have a great night.